All right, we are live. How's everybody doing?
Did you miss us?
It's been a while since our last live stream.
Yeah, really. Did I show you the Saw 10 Blu-ray?
You did, yes.
Yeah. I was pretty psyched to get it. And then I opened it up and one of the discs was loose. I was like, motherfucker.
Was it the Blu-ray or the DVD?
It was the DVD. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Well, I was gonna say,
Hey, Christopher.
If it's the Blu-ray, chances are it's fine anyway.
Yeah. Hey, Christopher's here. Hey, buddy.
We got Texas here.
Horror,
We got
Mark.
We got Danny, Mark, Brad.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Chris.
Danny?
How's everybody doing? Happy New Year's Eve.
That's awesome. We don't really have a topic tonight.
No, we're just hanging out to.
Yeah.
Every year we've been streaming
Bullshit.
New Year's Eve, so just kind of hanging out, just a free for all tonight, and we're going to take you through midnight into the new year.
Watching our balls drop.
All right, Chris, good. Hey, Anthony. Happy New Year.
Hey, Anthony. Hey, buddy. Yeah, did you see Christopher's arrow collection? It's pretty cool.
I did not. I haven't really been on much today. I came on. I was uploading some videos, getting stuff ready, and except the stream, and that was it.
Yeah. Did you watch that video with Rob?
I did. That I watched. I had it on in the car while I was at my parents' house.
I think I touched a nerve. Because he was kind of shocked because I don't usually get mad very often. And when I was talking to him about it, he was like, dang. Yeah. He said, you're kind of miffed about this. I said, I am.
Yeah.
It's not right. It's not right. So my little Exorcist Believer review for Body Bags ended up being almost 8 minutes long.
Well, like I said, the videos that we did on it, mine was like 16 minutes and 40 seconds.
God damn.
Hey, Dan.
Hey, Dan. Oh, buddy.
Texas Horror. I did. I got the it's my my order for Vinegar Syndrome. I ended up getting the Lost Picture Show box set, and I also got Assholes.
Assholes.
Yeah,
we got them here tonight. Just you and me.
That Lost Picture Show. I like I said, I went down a rabbit hole with that, and I was reading about all the movies included. I was like, I need this set. I need to see these movies.
Yeah,
I cannot wait to watch all of those.
And plus, we got another low budget one to watch too, and I haven't really watched that many of them. So I'll watch them again with you. Got a Bloodstream.
Yeah, Michael J. Murphy set. Yeah,
Michael J. Murphy. Yeah.
Yep.
And
Chris,
I did watch what else?
Chris, I was very tempted about Existence, but I'm gonna wait a little bit on that one because at least I own it on I do have the movie already. Yeah. But eventually I may grab that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for the Lost Picture Show set to come in. I cannot wait to dive into that.
Yeah, that should be cool. So I made that.
It has a little bit of everything in there. Hey, John, thank you so much. Happy New Year.
I made that my other this month.
Yeah, you told me.
I was afraid you were going to tell me.
I didn't. No, I mentioned that you might be mentioning it in your video too. Because I did my 3 for me. John, yeah, I don't know what happened with them today. I didn't watch the game, but I saw the score. The Cardinals came back, huh?
Curse from the Eagles. Yeah. I don't know. They also beat they beat the Steelers too.
Yep, the Cardinals.
Yeah, because they lost to 2 teams. Yeah, 2 in a row.
Yep,
that's pretty heavy.
Yep.
Doing a 70s horror list. That sounds good. Yeah, that sounds real good. Yeah, we got plenty to watch though.
Oh yeah, we do.
Yeah.
I am still pretty amped up from what we watched last night. I mean, both of them, but
yeah.
I mean, the one that was a first time watch for both of us. That second one we watched, which I don't want to. That I really am like excited about that.
Yeah. I was excited about both of them.
Very well could be, John. Yeah, very well could be.
Depends on the script, John. He can make sure that all that money wasn't in vain.
I think the only wrench, I think the only problem, maybe for the Ravens would be the Browns if the script says so. Just because of how it's because of how it's playing out. It's just amazing how the Browns suddenly clinched. Now Flacco is playing his ass off. He didn't play this well when he was on the Super Bowl winning team. Like,
exactly.
I mean, it's a cool underdog story. Whether someone's a Browns fan or not, it's really cool.
It is.
So, I mean, if anything, it would be cool to see.
Well, when he went over to the Broncos, I told Brad, I said, when he's on, he's on. But when he's off, he really stinks.
Yeah. But the thing is, he can go on, he can be on a roll like this. I mean, he did it with the Ravens, where he'll have like quite a few games in a row where he's doing really, really well.
Yeah.
So if he can just continue to do this throughout the playoffs, they really do have a shot. And with that being said, he's throwing a lot right now. So I mean, he's throwing interceptions, but he's throwing more touchdowns than he's throwing interceptions.
Yeah.
So he's making it work.
That was the problem that we had with him. It was poor decision making.
Yeah. Danny, I know a lot of people have that issue with it, but how can I say this without sounding? I don't want to spoil it, but there's a reason why that happens to that character.
Yeah. It's a little bit deeper than a lot of people give it credit for.
I feel like that's it's like kind of powerful.
Yeah.
Of why that happens. So I think people are just seeing it as, oh, that sucks that happened, but there's a reason for it. It's not as impactful if it doesn't happen.
I can say no, I'm not going to say anything. It's too new.
Yeah, that's the thing. I don't want to spoil it because I really think people should check it out.
I'll just say they took away her dream.
Yeah, the one thing she was living for, the one hope that she had, and that's exactly what evil does. They talk about that in the movie.
Yep.
It takes away your hopes and your dreams, and that's exactly what it did.
Yep. Just like the whole movie is about choices and stuff too.
Yep, John, absolutely. Again, I have no dog in that fight, but the Lions were definitely robbed. That was absolute.
That's ridiculous.
That was crazy.
I mean, they're not even trying to hide it anymore.
Chris, I like the Antichrist is great. I have the Anchor Bay release of that one.
Well, let's be real here. Is it really great? Because it's like absolutely disturbing on so many levels.
The not the Criterion, the other Antichrist.
Which one?
It has
talking about the one with Daniel Craig?
No. You have it. You have the Anchor Bay release. I know you do.
Oh, the Italian one.
Yeah,
the
it's Italian
French one.
It's like an Exorcist ripoff kind of movie.
Like Beyond. That's a fun movie.
It is. It's a great time. Let's see. Chris is doing Franchise Frenzy. Huge mix of Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Alien, and Species. That'll be cool.
That's awesome. We're doing Species. That's awesome.
We're doing all those.
Yeah.
Elm Street, Friday the 13th, Alien, and Species for sure.
Well, we didn't even consider that. And then one day I was like, wait a minute. Species has 4. And you were like, son of a bitch.
Even, well, remember at first I didn't have 4. I was like, and then I found it and I was like, oh, here we go. Texas. Yes. Even Texas is saying that the refs helped us win bogus call against the Cowboys. I know you guys obviously aren't privy to Jason and I's private conversations, but truthfully, even if it's our teams, we hate to see it happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to see my team win because of crap calls. I don't want to see, another team lose because of crap calls, whether I like the team or not. I just want consistency with the officiating. So if that means my team loses a game because of a legitimate call, so be it. I just can't stand seeing teams, whether, like I said, whether I care about them or not, I can't see I can't understand teams being screwed as much as
Yeah,
they've been screwed all
it
season.
sucks.
It's just not right. And especially the one last night, it's like it doesn't just affect the Lions and the Cowboys, it affects the whole NFC. Like you're literally changing the whole playoff picture. That just seems very, very questionable to
Convenient.
me. Yeah.
Convenient. Yeah.
That just
Yeah, Brad,
it
we know you're
sucks.
doing Franchise Frenzy. I mentioned it a bunch of times last night. I don't know if you were around or not. I also mentioned that you were doing some different franchises that we were, so it'll be fun to
Yeah. Yep.
see, exactly what your, I guess, rankings are. I guess because that's gonna be different.
That's what we were talking about, Brad. When you came in yesterday, we said we were talking about you, but we said it wasn't
Yeah.
bad. Or the 2 days ago, it was the franchise frenzy. Thank you, John. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, Danny, Lions curse, man. I'm pulling for them too. The
Thank
Lions.
you, John.
I would like to see the Lions make it.
Yeah. I just want there to be, the last Super Bowl was very questionable, especially that last call.
Oh, last year. I mean, all right, and I've said
It's
it before.
bad.
The Chiefs and the Eagles. I'm not a fan of either team. I mean, I'm not from either of those places.
Right.
I'm a hometown kind of guy. So again, I have no interest in that game whatsoever. Obviously, I was watching because it was the Super Bowl. But did I
Right.
really care who won? No, I wanted the better team to win, and the Eagles should have won the game.
Yep.
Like
They did win the game.
it was ridiculous that Super Bowl. I mean, to
Yep.
not make those calls all game and then suddenly they decide getting flag happy at the end.
Well, it wasn't even that. If you look, the what was it, holding? Was it holding or pass interference? I can't remember at this point.
Yeah, it
But
was bullshit.
it wasn't that. They were
Yeah.
being very touchy.
Yep.
Like in a million calls, that might have been called once or twice.
Yep.
You don't do that at the end when that's the only way the other team can win.
I mean, you look at other games, or especially other Super Bowls. Like for example, like a big one that always comes up is the Patriots Eagles Super Bowl. So many
is real.
so many bad calls in that Super Bowl, and one of the big ones is, even if you ignore all the calls early on in that game, was in the very last play when Brady basically Hail Married it, and there was all these holding calls and pass interference calls that should have been called on the field that weren't called, and the game ended.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like, "Oh, well, the refs just let them play it out because it's the end of the game." If that's the case, if that's the standard, then why wasn't that followed last year?
My father always told me when we would watch games together, either you call it every time, or if you're going to let them play it through to the end.
That's what I'm saying. The consistency. Yeah. It's either all or nothing. Just pick.
You can't pick when you're it's just tampered with. That's all.
Yep. Mahomes definitely a crybaby, John. Josh Allen's another one. Josh Allen's.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know you were born and raised in Philadelphia. I always wonder why people are fans of the cities that they're fans of, if they were born there, if they have relatives there, or if, like me, I lost the Colts when I was 6 or 7 probably. So I ended up rooting for the Steelers for many years. I'll hang my head in shame.
Danny, yeah, that's true. I read that as well. I was just telling Jason that those refs got pulled from the playoffs, which literally confirms that the league knows the officiating was incorrect, but it doesn't help the teams. It doesn't help the Lions. It doesn't help the other NFC teams. So, there needs to be more accountability. Oh yeah, you guys are pulled from the playoffs, but it's done. What's done is done. I mean, the damage is done.
Wow. Thank you, Mark. I appreciate that. And eventually I'm going to get back to doing what's in the bag, Jay, because I had a lot of fun with that.
Yeah, John, I know.
We're going to be doing some new stuff, though.
Oh, yeah.
Joe and I are going to be doing some really fun stuff coming up.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Seldom seen sequels, I think, is going to be a lot of fun. And I think it's going to surprise some people, the sequels that are out there that not a whole lot of people know about.
And then also the themes, the monthly theme Thursdays.
Thank you, Brad.
I'm looking forward to those as well. The monthly theme Thursday, just because even though we have ideas of what themes are going to be, we don't have them specific yet. Like we don't know. I mean, we have January's theme, obviously. We don't know what we're doing for February yet. So it's like all new for us as well. So we're kind of having fun with it.
Yeah.
Like, I was literally thinking about that today. I'm looking at stuff. I was like, what should we do for February?
Yeah.
You know,
Well, we've talked about several things. I mean, we've talked about doing labels. We talked about doing directors. We talked about doing like monster series,
settings,
stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah, carnival settings, beach movies.
Exactly. Exactly. So I think when it comes down to it, there's a multitude of stuff that you can do and have a lot of fun with it.
Oh, for sure.
And if you guys want to do it with us, you are more than welcome. If you want to have fun with us.
Yeah, the only thing is we're announcing the themes of each month on the first Thursday.
Yeah.
So when we do the first video.
Yeah. So. But if you do want to participate and you drop us a line, we'll tell you what the theme is. I mean, if somebody wants to participate, I don't see any reason why they shouldn't be able to. But as far as everyone else, they get to know when the first Thursday drops.
Yep.
But
yeah, I'm looking forward to those.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm already enjoying what we did for January with these.
Yeah, me too. And yeah. Did you do your review yet?
My video, I'm all caught up right now. Yep.
Hell yeah. All right. Nice. I am too, and I had a really good time. I guess I was a little bit more bitter than I thought. Because of what we talked about. But
yeah. Hey, Dom.
I just really, really enjoyed it though. Man,
me too.
So good.
Thanks for stopping by, Dominic. And yeah, Texas. I was literally saying that to Jason before we went live. You know, the players and the coaches, they get fined if they say anything about the officiating.
Right.
But the refs just get off scot-free every time.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be worth it though to shed a light on what's going on?
Well, people are trying to do that, and even the announcers sometimes
they
get in and say that there's no way that happens. And I think a lot of people let it go because people are subject. It's a human game with human referees, and I think that people are saying, well, everyone makes mistakes. Well, when it's determining the outcome of games, and
the problem is too. The problem is too. It's not even when they call on the field; it's when they review something and still call it wrong. Like you have multiple camera angles, you have all these opportunities to get the right call, and they still can't get it done.
Yep.
So
if I can see it on my TV from here, there's no way they should not be able to see it down there, especially with all the multiple angles that they have to look through.
Yep. I know. I mean,
I'm gonna say this. I kind of feel bad for you, Brad, because you guys won today, and you still got knocked out. So I remember, it was a few years ago. The Ravens had the same thing happen, where they had to win out, but there was a whole bunch of other contingencies, of course, and we did everything we were supposed to do, and then somebody else won, and we got knocked out. So I mean, I feel bad for you.
That happened to the Patriots last year, remember?
Yeah,
it was the same thing.
Yeah.
It was, and a lot of it, and again, not to sound like a bitter, sore loser fan. A lot of those games last year were because of bad officiating.
Yeah.
So we shouldn't have even been in the position where that could have happened.
Yep, I agree.
I mean, you watched some of those games with me, and you were like, "What the hell is happening?" Like,
and I watched the ones with you this year, and I was completely blown away. Completely
it's ridiculous.
It's almost so like you have a grudge against your team in specific, and I know that's going to sound very well, it's Joe's team, whatever, and I'm Joe's friend, and all this kind of stuff. But it really seemed like they were gunning for you guys.
I know, I try not to be biased, but there's so many things that are like blatant.
I saw it though. I saw the calls, and I'm like, wait a minute. How is he 2.5, yards over the first down, and they mark him short? Oh, that's how they lose the game. Okay, I get it now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So.
Dan, definitely do subspecies.
Oh,
Dan said he wants to jump into subspecies next year. I mean, Dan, if you want, I don't know if you're doing franchise frenzy, but there's 6 subspecies movies, so that can be part of your
Yeah.
franchise frenzy. It's a good opportunity to watch them all, and that's a big reason why we're doing this. You know, I mean, just to reiterate what we talked about the other night,
Yeah.
came up with franchise frenzy because there's a lot of franchises that maybe we haven't seen all of the sequels, or maybe we haven't seen them all in a long time. We want to revisit them.
Yep.
You know, some we're watching for the first time.
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's cool if, you know, the more people that join in, you know, this is finally an opportunity to watch those franchises you've been meaning to watch. This gives everybody a reason to do it.
And getting back to the ones that you want to watch, but sometimes I feel like I need to watch some of the movies that I've bought and I haven't watched because I have bags and bags of movies upstairs that I haven't watched yet. So I feel guilty, and so I start watching them. And maybe I want to watch a Phantasm movie, or maybe I want to watch a Hatchet movie, or
Exactly.
or a Species movie. But I feel guilty, like I'm supposed to, you know.
Dominic says someone should do a video about rare horror VHS movies. Dominic, I did a series. I did a series called Rare Movies Not on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yep.
I did 100 videos in that series. So 300 titles altogether. Now, I
Some of them have
I did this
changed.
over the course of a couple of years. So over time, some of them have been released on Blu-ray or DVD, but there are still a ton in there that are lost on VHS, mostly horror. So you want to check out that series on my channel, Rare Movies Not on DVD or Blu-ray. That is exactly what you're looking for.
And I learned a lot about a lot of movies that I had never known about before, or I learned about movies that I'd maybe seen back in the VHS days that I might have rented or might not have rented. Yep. But all of a sudden now nobody talks about them because they're not released on any other kind of medium.
Yep. Verge, there are 6 subspecies movies because Vampire Journals is part of the franchise.
Yep.
So you have subspecies 1, 2, 3. You have Vampire Journals, subspecies 4, and then subspecies 5, Blood Rise. So 6 movies in total. As for what's on Blu-ray, you have the first 3 on Blu-ray. You have subspecies 5 on Blu-ray, which is the new one, and Vampire Journal. Subspecies 4 has not been put on Blu-ray for some reason yet.
Which I don't get that one, but whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just glad I have them all.
Yeah. Danny says we should do a positive spin on Munchies. We could do that eventually.
Oh man, you know I watch. That's funny that you say that because I got the Scream Factory double feature and I watched both of them and I wasn't expecting anything. And the first one, I actually really liked the first one.
Yeah, I have the DVD, the first one.
Yes, I really liked the first one. The second one wasn't bad. It felt like a TV movie, but it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
But I actually, it'll come up, I'm sure. I actually wouldn't mind doing a positive spin on that because I actually like the film, so it was fun.
Yeah, thank you, Mark. Rare Movies, not on DVD and Blu-ray. I had fun doing that series. I know a lot of people like that series. You know, and for me, it was an important one. The whole physical media matters because this is exactly another reason why physical media matters. Yep. Think about all these movies that were lost on tape. Some in that series weren't even on VHS. I included movies that were never even officially released here in the US. So, you know, basically homemade copies or overseas copies that I show in the video. And again, it just shows the importance of physical media.
I'm meant to ask you, Joe, do you have a movie called Bloodlink?
Bloodlink, yes. I have the VHS.
Do you?
I do.
Because I would like to see that one, and it's like loosely considered a giallo.
I can see that for sure. You've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
I've always loved the cover, even back in the VHS days, but I just never
rented the hand over the city. Yeah, it's Michael Moriarty's in that.
I like him now.
Yeah.
I do.
Cameron Mitchell, I know, was in that too. I don't know who else, but yeah, I know it's pretty good. I like that one.
Yeah, it just looks like a slasher. And sometimes I look up lists and stuff like that of people, and I try to cover just about everything. And then when somebody says something's like a giallo or a giallo, I'll check.
Mm-hmm.
You know, based on that.
Yep. Chris DiMartino, Alberto DiMartino. Yeah, John. Thank you, buddy. Lost on VHS and Saturday Sleaze. I know you love the Saturday Sleaze. Trust me, I have fun doing those videos too. Not so much filming them, but doing the research to film them. And Dan, if you're still here, good night, buddy. I hope you feel better. He said the NyQuil was kicking in.
Yeah, he hasn't been feeling good. I don't think Brad's been feeling good either.
Yeah, Brad's sick as well.
Yeah. Good night, Dan. Feel better, buddy.
Thank you, John. Saturday Sleeves is definitely going to continue. I'll do some more of those. Those are fun.
That's awesome.
Of course, you know, with this preverted world, I mean, my most watched videos on my Saturday Sleeves.
Well, when we talked about a controversial view that we're doing for next month, I specifically mentioned certain things about it based on information you had given me about another cut of the film and how we both would have liked the cut that we watched because of the nudity and the gore and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So.
Hey, Danny, which Brain Dead Blu-ray copy of Brain Dead? Which Brain Dead? Let's see.
You got it from China. It's got to be the Peter Jackson one, I would imagine.
Well, because I'm saying if so, I mean we there was a Blu-ray because I have the Dead Alive Blu-ray, the Lionsgate one.
I heard it wasn't that good. The transfer wasn't that good.
It's just basically the DVD on a Blu-ray disc. Yeah, Danny, I have the original Blu-ray. It's just not really a great transfer. But it was official.
Dude, I love Blood Beach. I love it. Joe made me a copy of it. I love that movie.
I showed that one in one of my videos on VHS on one of the rare movies. I got the the media VHS release of Blood Beach. That's a fun one.
So I'll tell you this one real quick. This is I was trying to think of what to say because I was so pissed off.
Positive spin, John? Yeah.
So I did The Exorcist Believer, did the review for it. And Rob said he wanted us to put the date that it came out and the director. So, you know, I put 2023 and David Gordon Green, and I was like, I got to write something after it. So I wrote former director.
Yeah.
I was going to write R.I.P., but then people would probably think that he died.
Blacklisted director,
yeah. Yeah, or I was going to say, alas, I know him well. I knew him well. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yep. He's a whatever.
I know.
Whatever. Yeah, Blood Beach, and I don't think I've seen Blood Frenzy either. Unless you said, I don't think you sent me a Blue Murder.
What the fuck is Blood Frenzy? I'm trying to think. There's so many movies with blood in it.
Blood Frenzy is the one with the clown, like the.
Okay, yeah, that's the big box VHS I have.
Oh,
it has Wednesday Addams from Iced in there.
Ah,
she's in that one.
She's naked in that one too.
Yep.
Nice.
She is. Let's see what we got here. Texas. How many movies did we get?
Going on with Blood Beach?
How many movies did we get for Christmas? I got a lot of movies for Christmas, Texas. I'm waiting for my Vinegar Syndrome order to come, and then once I get that, I'll probably do an update showing what I got for Christmas, and then also other stuff I've gotten over the last month or so that I haven't shown because of the 12 Days of Christmas videos and whatever else. Just hadn't had a chance to do an update video from thrift stores or whatever. So I'll just do it all in one video: Christmas haul and thrift haul in one shot. Probably mid-January or so.
I did get this for my daughter, Homegrown Horrors Volume 2. Specifically, I really wanted it for Moonstalker. Dead Girls is pretty good. The other one I didn't particularly care for, but I did like this, and I got some Amazon gift cards, which I bought a bunch of movies that you'll be seeing pretty soon. So,
thank you, John. Yeah, Rocky 5. Thank you so much. Rocky 5 was beyond awesome. The positive spin we did for Rocky 5. That one was awesome. I mean, it's. I really do. I like that movie a lot.
I like it now. I didn't like it when I was younger. It just didn't feel right to me. It didn't feel like a Rocky movie to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
But I do like it now.
Oh, I do too. I mean, I think it's a lot. It's so cheesy and fun, but My son too. My son's a big Rocky fan, and actually, I got him the one of his gifts. I got him the Blu-ray set finally of all the Rocky movies.
Really?
Yeah,
Nice.
he loves the Rocky movies.
Me too.
And
Every day before school, Joe.
He's actually always liked Part 5. Like, he's always liked all of them.
Really?
It's not. I mean, again, it's not his favorite, but he's always liked it. He just has fun with it.
Yeah.
And I get it. It's entertaining. I mean, it's not always in all the right ways, but it's still entertaining.
Yeah, I went to see from 2 on.
Mm-hmm.
First one came out in '76. I think it won the Academy Award, and I was a little too young then. But my father took me to see Rocky 2, and then on and on and on. So I've been a big fan of Rocky, and every time they come on like AMC or whatever, I have to watch them. I don't know what it is. 1 and 4 are the best. That's very interesting. I like 4 a lot too. $30. Oh wow! Are you going to do an update, Danny? Because I'd love to see what you got.
Yeah, I got some good stuff. Like I said, I'm gonna wait until I
Rocky sucks balls. That's
get
not
my
nice.
Vinegar Syndrome stuff in.
You like the Rockies movies. I know you do.
Also, I also need to pick up one more thing, to complete that trilogy you and I had talked about, the one in the middle. You watched the most recent one recently and loved it. So did I. I did it for my 3 for Me last month. It's in one of the movies on our list for 2023.
Oh, okay. I gotta think about that one now.
You got the other,
right?
You got the other 2. I need to get the one in the
you.
middle. Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Hit the one in the middle.
Probably Tuesday. Maybe I'll grab it.
Yeah, CBS Fox. I used to have the VHSs of them too. I watched those so many times. So many times. We had the CED video discs of the first 3.
Oh, nice, Danny. Danny got the umbrella edition of Winnie the Pooh.
Hell yeah. Did you get it with the storybook and everything?
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I got the steel book, obviously, from Walmart, but that umbrella set is nice.
It is. They come out with a few every once in a while, like the one for Talk to Me, where the hand. Yeah. They have the hand. It looks pretty cool. I knew Ben got that. Cadaver Club.
I can't wait to watch that. We got to watch that.
I know.
Let's see, John. Yeah, original 3 Balboa. 4, 2, 5. I love Rocky Balboa.
So do I.
I love that one. I mean, the original is probably my favorite, but I do love Balboa.
You know what? He may be close to my ranking.
Here we go. Mark says he enjoyed Five Nights at Freddy's. we watched it last night, Mark.
Yes.
First time. We loved it.
Oh.
We were really impressed with it. I mean, I thought I was gonna like it, but I didn't expect to like it as much.
I wasn't sure what we were getting with that.
Yeah, it was good.
I had a lot of fun with it. I'm gonna say something that's probably not gonna be a very popular opinion. And maybe before I say it, I should go back and watch Willie's. But
no,
I really liked.
I agree with you. I like Five Nights better than Willie's.
Yeah, I want to watch Willie's again. I just haven't.
I've seen Willie's Wonderland. I've seen Willie's Wonderland a couple times. I mean, I watched it a few times, and I watched Five Nights once. And don't get me wrong, I still really like Willie's Wonderland.
Yeah,
there's just the way that, I mean, the problem was, I think when I was watching Willie's Wonderland, even when it first came out, I was thinking, so this is basically Five Nights at Freddy's, because the game
I didn't know anything about Five Nights.
The game still came first, so in my mind, it felt like they were ripping off the movie before it even came out. But I just enjoyed the ride because it was what it was, you know.
Oh, that's cool, Brad. Like some horror anime. Mark liked Blood and Honey. I don't understand it.
I hope you do Perfect Blue, Brad.
Yes.
Love.
I still stand by what you said. If you're a slasher fan, I don't understand how that movie isn't. It may not be your favorite, but I don't understand how you wouldn't at least enjoy it.
Which one?
Blood and Honey.
Oh yeah, I don't get it either.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
I don't understand how you can hate it. It might not be your favorite, but how can you hate it?
I don't know. Jumping on the bandwagon.
Very weird. I don't know. It really is.
Wait a minute. Perfect Blue isn't real anime? I liked it. Thank you, Joe, by the way. That's another one I'd like to revisit pretty soon. Do you consider Akira horror?
Why not? It's horrifying things that happen in it.
And that one dude in Akira is like just creepy looking. I can't remember the name of the guy, but he's just really weird looking.
Yeah.
Oh, he's just fucking with you. Perfect Blue's real anime. Thank you, Christopher. Vampire Hunter D. Wicked City. I think I have Wicked City. Every once in a while, if I pick one, sci-fi.
I think it's on the line.
My favorite one, Skycrawlers. That's what it is. That's one of my favorite animes, Skycrawlers. I thought that the animation in it was just freaking incredible. Attack on Titan, nice. I think I might have that somewhere. I watched the what were they called, Joe? Dead Space, I think it was.
Yeah.
I watched the first one. I don't remember if I watched the second one or not. Oh, Skycrawlers is really good, Christopher. Really good.
Mark says Talk to Me was a great film. I'm definitely looking forward to it.
I am too. Yeah, because you do. I've seen your manga videos, Christopher.
All right, Danny.
All right, Danny. Yeah, the animation is really awesome in it. The planes and it just looks. It's just I don't know. It's very pleasing to my eyes. I don't know what it is. Steam Boy. I think I have that one up there somewhere. I don't remember if I watched that one or not, though. But I do like some anime every once in a while. Have you ever seen Only Lovers Left Alive, Joe?
I don't think so.
I liked it. It's a subgenre that you and I aren't that fond of, but it's something a little bit different as far as like vampires and stuff.
Interesting.
Yeah. Like I said, if they do something different, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
But
well, I mean, look at the exorcism films we've watched recently. It's just not typically our genre, but
no,
they're nailing it with these newer ones.
Did I tell you that I watched some of the special features on the Pope's Exorcist?
Yeah.
And the director said he loves buddy cop movies.
There you go.
I was like, wow.
There you go. Mark just said it. The Pope's Exorcist, another great film.
Yeah.
We just watched that one too and loved it. Loved that one.
Yeah. It's so much fun.
Yeah, it really was.
Russell Crowe is really good in that.
Yep. Love the setting, love the story. Good.
Cowboy Bebop. Like that one.
I can't hear Cowboy Bebop and not think of Ninja Turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady. That's always what I think of.
Bebop and Rocksteady, yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I would have gotten that. They had them on sale. The guy I get my comic books from, he bought one for his nephew. I wish I would have gotten it because they had it on sale for $50. It's the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles with the van.
Yeah.
I wish
I know. I wanted to get that too. What happened was I started getting them individually years ago when they came out. So by the time they released the van, I had already had like the first 9 volumes. So I was like, well, great. I just need one more. So I'm not going to buy the whole van, So I ended up just getting them all individually.
Yeah. I wish I would have done that. I remember Pizza Hut used to release those videotapes with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, I have them. Yeah.
You still have them?
I do. Pizza Hut did, and Burger King did too. I have the Burger King ones too.
Yeah, I collected all the ones from Pizza Hut, but they went bye-bye. So,
yeah, Unhinged is awesome.
Yes,
that one really good.
I was telling Joe the other day that that's kind of when I started to get back into him again. And some of his movies now are better than his movies back when. For me.
Yeah, I mean, I love Cinderella Man. I think he's amazing in that.
Yes.
But it's true. And then it was like Unhinged, and now The Pope's Exorcist. Like, you should do more horror because I'm loving him in horror.
Yeah.
And the thing is, in Unhinged and Pope's Exorcist, he plays completely different characters.
Yeah.
So it just shows. I mean, he's obviously a great actor. I mean, there's no denying that because look at the different roles he plays.
Yeah. I mean, I watched A Beautiful Mind, and it wasn't really my type of film. Yeah, but I mean, I could appreciate how good he was in it.
Yeah.
All right, Brad. The Man with the Iron Fist. I saw the first one. I have both the first and second, but I never watched the second one. It's down in limbo somewhere.
Yeah.
I remember I really enjoyed the first one, but I knew I had that piranha somewhere. I know I have it. It makes me want to go downstairs and rip the place apart.
No point. It's already set, and it's going to be coming to you.
I know, but still.
Plus,
maybe he's doing that with Rasputin.
I think the cover that I'm sending is you're going to like more than the one that you have. Because I was looking at all the different possible covers, and I was like, I'm going to go with this one. It's kind of cool.
I saw the one from overseas that had just a fish on the front.
Yeah. Is it fish and piranha?
I mean, William Cat can't win, can he? He gets beaten by the rats. Then he goes in a haunted house. And then he gets messed up by a bunch of piranha.
I guess in a car accident in the first 10 minutes of the sequel.
Yeah. Yeah, what the hell? Well, we were watching it, and I completely forgot about that.
Yep.
I like his part in it, though. But
like, I'm glad they bring him back, but it's like, okay. It's one of those things where people want to complain about Ellen Burstyn being wasted.
Yes, I was just going to say that.
It's like, oh, yeah. House 4 is okay, though.
Yeah. I mean, I like the film, and like you said, I'm glad they brought him back. I just wish they would have maybe used him a little bit more.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to sit here and trash it because of that.
Exactly.
Because I like it for what it is.
Be appreciative that he even came back for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
such a weird series.
Ellen Burstyn. It's like, oh, she's 90 years old. Let's all complain that she's not. She's only in an hour of the 2-hour movie.
Yeah.
Well, God forbid.
56 minutes.
56 minutes. 56-minute mark, and then she's in it, and then literally imperative to the last hour of the film.
Yes, she is.
But yeah, she's wasted.
Mm-hmm. Hardly has any part, Joe.
I swear sometimes like people watch different movies. Like it's like there's like a Mandela effect. It's like are people are people in different like it's like a Twilight Zone kind of thing. Are people watching different versions of these films because
it's different cuts of the film, Joe?
Oh, there's not enough Catholicism in Exorcist Believer. Are you kidding?
Okay.
Like what? Just strange.
Like the new Liam Neeson film. I think that made Jeremy John's 10 worst list too. So I'll probably like that one as well, Mark.
All right, Chris, thank you for stopping by.
Thanks, Chris.
I guess Chris got big plans tonight. He's getting cleaned up for tonight.
There you go. Space Cowboys. Happy New Year, Chris. Thank you for stopping by, buddy.
Stay safe, bud.
Yeah, I don't go out on amateur night. This is my New Year's.
This has been our New Year's the last 4 or 5 years in a row.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
Maybe more. I mean, Jesus, it's been 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. This might be like our 6th New Year's streaming.
I think we watched Terror Train one year, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah. Speaking of, that's another one that we gotta do for the remake.
Mark, I don't think so at all. Maybe you can fill us in. Why do you think she was wasted?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious too.
We just don't see it. I mean, I don't want to spoil anything in the movie for people who haven't seen it, but like her character is literally imperative to the whole second half of the film. So I just don't see how a character can be wasted if without that character you can't continue the story.
Yeah, unless it's rewritten. Yeah,
but based on this movie, I mean, you need her character to progress the plot.
Yep.
And the whole symbolism with what happens to her character in the movie is like a huge point of the film.
It's a kick in the gut.
Yeah.
That is.
And then obviously without her, you don't get the big reveal in the end. I mean, there's so much.
Yeah.
I just think she's far from wasted. And maybe also because I wasn't expecting a 90-something-year-old woman to have this mega role in the movie. I mean, I don't know. I think sometimes people have unrealistic expectations going into these things.
Yeah, sometimes. One of the things I thought was really cool about this one that was a little bit different from the original was, and this isn't really giving anything away, the exorcism and what happened only affected the people that were directly involved in the original, with Reagan and her mom, the priest, stuff like that. This one kind of had a ripple effect. And I thought that was an interesting way of doing things. Changing it up a little bit.
Oh no, Mark. I mean, that's fine if that's your opinion. I'm just genuinely
curious. Yeah, right. Yeah, that's fine. I mean,
I mean, a lot of people have said that, and I just don't personally see it. I mean, Jason and I were specifically discussing this. We watched it twice together now, and that was one of the big criticisms from a lot of people saying she was wasted, and I was like, I'm just not seeing it. Like, if anything, like I said, I feel like she's one of the most important characters in the film. Sometimes you don't need to be in the entirety of a film to be one of the most important characters. You know what I mean? I mean, you look at someone like you look at Casey Becker in Scream. You know, Drew Barrymore, and it's like she's in the first 15 minutes of the film, but take her out of it, and would Scream be as big as it is?
That's true. Yeah.
Or Janet Leigh. Janet Leigh is a perfect example of that. People think of Janet. They think of Psycho. They think of Janet Leigh in the shower, but that's the whole MacGuffin. Like she's not even the MacGuffin. She's not even the main character of the film. So that's like saying Janet Leigh is wasted in Psycho because she's not in the whole film.
Yeah.
It's these interesting, and again, I don't mean it as like an insult to anybody who feels that way. I just find it interesting how people think about movies differently now.
Yeah.
Like, did people back then think, oh my God, they just wasted Janet Leigh in this film? I doubt it. You know?
I think it was different, and I think it was shocking for a lot of people because even at the documentaries we watched on Alfred Hitchcock, he said that a lot of people were shocked that the main character got bumped off so early.
Yeah, that was huge. Yeah.
Yeah, for back then. Yeah, definitely. But
Texas, I have some. I got some collectibles here and there. I mean, my focus is movies. You know what I mean? I used to get a lot collectibles more years ago, and now, for example, when my birthday comes up, Christmas comes up, I give my wife and my mom, my son, whoever wants a list for me for Christmas gifts. I give them a list, and literally it's all movies. So, and they get me they get me other stuff too, but they need a list of what I have, what I don't have for movies because they would never know. I mean, my collection, I'm at around the 20,000 mark when it comes to movies. So it's hard to just go out and buy me a movie and not know whether or not I have it. I mean, I have a hard time knowing what I have and what I don't have. So
Yeah.
typically, typically, like if someone wants to buy me something, I tell them, if you want to buy me something, get a movie from my list because it's something that I want, something you'll know I'll like. It's just easier.
Wait a minute. The Wrong Door that Visual Vengeance released?
Must be. Yeah.
Well, you know how I feel about that one, Joe. I really enjoyed that.
Me too.
I thought that was a lot of fun, and I wanted to talk about it this month again, but I found myself with too many movies that I thought were better, I guess. Not that that's an insult to it, but...
No, it's a good movie.
Yeah.
Hey, Charlie the Corn, Happy New Year. And Hobbs,
Hey, what's happening, buddy?
Hobbs says he has a question for me. What's your question, bud?
Hey, Hobbs. I'm sorry about the Bengals, buddy. I tell you what, that guy played his ass off, though.
Jake Browning?
Yeah, played his ass off. And for somebody to come in like that who was never drafted, says a lot.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome, Danny. I'm looking at it now. Oh yeah, that is cool. That Winnie the Pooh set. Yeah. That's awesome.
Oh my, yeah, that's the one I saw when they were sending me previews of what was coming out. That is so cool, man.
Yep.
Oh man. Yeah.
No worries, Mark.
Yeah, man. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. No, you're fine. You're fine, Mark. You're fine.
Hobbs, yeah, I'm a perfectionist with things. So typically in my house, I wrap everybody's presents except for my own. Obviously, I can't wrap my own, so I wrap my wife's presents, I wrap my son's presents, I wrap my parents' presents, I wrap my wife's parents' presents, aunts, uncles, cousins, friends. No matter whose gifts.
You enjoy it?
I love wrapping.
Do you really?
You know me. I love Christmas. I'm a Christmas guy. I have my routine, and honestly, I do a really good job with it, and I can get it done fast. I just have like a method. But you got to realize, in all my years working in healthcare, when it came to the holiday time, it's not like we have professional gift wrappers for residents and patients.
That's true.
I would have my staff do it, and I would help out. So it was almost like it became part of my tradition over the years. I just like doing it.
That's cool.
But yeah, I'm one of those guys. I like wrapping a certain way. It looks really good. Everybody has their own individual wrapping paper, so that's like all identified. They know whose gifts are who.
That's smart. That's something that took me a while to figure out.
Yep.
That's a very smart way to do it.
Everything's very uniform.
Yeah. I think because we put things in gift bags now. But I think I think that's what my daughter missed most when she got married and she, lived in her house, because I used to wrap all her presents too.
Yeah.
She used to talk me into it.
Now you hate it. You don't want to wrap anyone.
I know. Now I hate it. Yeah.
I years ago, and I'm talking maybe 5 years ago, I found this wrapping paper that said it's Christmas wrapping paper, and it says joy on it, right? But the way the O looks, it looks like an A, not an O, so it looks like it says J. So
that's cool.
I bought every roll I could find to wrap my son's presents because his name's Jaden. So I've literally used the same wrapping paper for him for like the last 5 years, and it's like perfect because it looks like it says J across the paper. And
that's awesome.
Unfortunately, this is the last year because I ran out this year. So he's gonna have new paper next year. But Aaron's paper changes every year. And then I use different paper also for like my parents and my brother and stuff. And
yeah,
it's I don't know.
That's a very smart way to do things, because usually, and this is kind of how I stumbled on doing that, is that the stack of presents will get put in front of me for, like, say, my father, right, or my mom, or my daughter, and I would just have one thing of wrapping paper for that stack. So I would just go through and just wrap them all in the same thing, and that's kind of how I stumbled on it. I didn't mean to do it, and it actually worked out better, because when you know what the wrapping paper is you wrap the person's presents in, there's no mistake.
There you go. Exactly.
So, because I keep putting tags on things too, man. That's a pain in the ass.
Brad said it's a whole new side of me. I
didn't know that. Yeah,
but you know my OCD. Like you know. It makes sense.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that one. I don't wrap presents very well. I used to, but hands don't work as good as they used to. So
too much jack in it.
Probably.
Texas Horror. I've been collecting. I mean, as far back as I can remember, I've always had like a collector's mind, because even when it wasn't specifically movies, it was like maybe memorabilia or action figures or whatever it might have been. Even as a kid, I've always been someone to just collect things. And I mean, I remember getting VHS tapes in the '80s, and you'd get like one or two here and there because they were so expensive.
Yeah.
So my collection started back in the '80s, and I literally still have some of those. I mean, pretty much all of those tapes. I never really got rid of anything. So
yeah, I did, and I regret it. I still regret it, but it is what it is. I've gotten a pretty good tape collection now. Yeah. Just there were certain ones that I had that were like, kind of special to me.
Yeah.
Like the Kindred. The Kindred was always one, and I mean, I had.
You always used to talk about that one.
I love the Kindred. I love it. I saw it when the first night it was out in the movies, and I had tape, and it was one that I really regret getting rid of.
That's cool, Mark. My son actually went to culinary school, and he works at a restaurant, and I used to be a cook for years as well. Not a sous chef, but a cook. Yeah.
Huh. Yeah, I'm with you, Texas. It gets to be an expensive habit after a while.
as we as assholes keep buying the same shit over and over again.
Yep.
Well, this one's a Blu-ray. This one has this special feature. This one has a.
You know what? And I'm going to say that I blame Walmart. I blame Best Buy. I blame Target, because remember when you used to go and used to look in the paper to find which one had the best accessory that came with it.
I loved it. The best exclusive. Target has the book packaging, but Best Buy has the steel book. But Walmart has this one that comes in a giant box, and it comes with collectible whatever, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm not embarrassed to admit this. If it was a movie I loved, I would get all of them.
Really? See, I never did that.
I would. Like Star Wars, The Force Awakens, The Rise of Skywalker. All the exclusives. I have all the exclusives because.
Yeah, I know you do. I know you have the steel book and the
Yeah. I might not have gotten them all the same day, like the day of, but it would be like, okay, I'm going to pick my favorite and get it. And then if I can find the others later on sale, then I'll grab them. But over time, for certain movies, I would end up getting all the exclusives. Because you know what? It would be one of the things where I'd be like, if I don't get it now, I'm going to regret it later on and be like, I should have gotten that edition.
Yeah.
And I still do that stuff. I mean, you and I talk about that all the time. Like, why didn't I get this when I had the chance? So.
Yep.
Oh, boy, Brad. All right.
What?
So just wait for my video at midnight.
Oh, I know what he's putting up. I saw it. I saw him post a thing on there. I'm curious. I'm definitely curious to see what you got. And I know I've supplied some of it. So,
Mark, I'd say I have a modest collection as well.
Yeah. Yep. We can say that.
Our collections are a bit out of hand.
Yeah.
You guys don't understand. I don't think you guys realize how much we get pissed off trying to find something we can't find in our collection.
Yep.
Shit just
so far, I'm only down to losing one. I'm only down to losing one. I found the rest of them.
Yeah. That Rasputin is one damn good
that
mad monk.
That bastard. Freaking Rasputin. Son of a bitch. I just don't know what could have happened to it. I really don't.
I laugh because over the years people would joke, "Oh, you're gonna need separate rooms for your collection," and me and you literally have separate rooms for our collections.
We do.
We have multiple rooms in our house where we keep our collection.
Yep.
And this isn't to brag. This is just to get a perspective of when people ask, because people like a lot of people like to ask. They want like a collection overview. Oh, you're gonna do a collection overview video. I literally can't do that. I would never be able to do a collection overview because I
Yep.
have multiple rooms of things. I can't fit everything in one spot. I'm lucky I have extra rooms in my house for the collection.
Yep. And don't forget all the stuff that you have over your mom's.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying in this house I have around 20,000 movies over course of different formats.
Yeah.
But this doesn't include stuff that I still have stored away.
Right.
I mean, it's just, and this is also count as of maybe 2 years ago now at this point. So it's like, and at the rate I buy movies, I mean how many movies do you think we get a year?
I don't even want to think about it.
It's kind of a scary thought, huh?
I don't even want to think about it. I mean, I've literally come home with bags from the flea market, bags of them.
I mean, I think about this. I've done not just multiple, but like many updates throughout a year where I have maybe like 100 titles in just one update.
That's why I stopped doing them.
You know, and I mean,
that's why I stopped doing them. It was just it got to be too much.
Realistically, I could be getting like a couple thousand a year. I mean, it sounds sick, but I mean, most of these are obviously thrift finds. You know what I mean? You buy them for $1, $2 here and there. So
yeah.
But between birthdays, Christmas, it's crazy.
It is. Yeah, it's yeah. Yep. Upgrade stage. Well, let me know what you got, Dan. Joe and I talked about that.
Me too.
We have. I'm trying, and actually, yeah. Yep. And see, and I. Fuck it.
I'll give all right. I'll give an example. We were talking about my gift card that I used on Vinegar Syndrome, right. And I'm sitting here and I'm thinking, all right, I want to get this and this and this. And there was a few of them that were literally movies that I already have in my collection. Would they be upgrades? Sure, they're Vinegar Syndrome releases. They're nice collector's editions. All this, right? But I'm thinking to myself, should I spend the money on movies that I already have, that I can already watch, that I already own, or should I use the money and get movies that I don't have?
Yeah.
And fortunately, I pulled my head out of my ass and I said, I'm buying things that I don't have right now. And honestly, I feel really good about it.
I do too. And we're trying to keep each other honest with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't always work, but it is what it is. You know, and it's a gradual process, I think. Because I mean, a couple of weeks ago, I bought the videotape of Sudden Impact. I didn't need that. I've got it on DVD. I didn't need it.
Yeah.
Why did I buy it? Because
you have a connection to it. Yeah.
I do, and you know that was one of the things. Fuck, I don't know.
I mean, I've said it before too. I'm more likely to double dip or quadruple dip and buy a VHS release of something that I already have on DVD and Blu-ray, as opposed to getting a new Blu-ray for something that I already have on DVD, because I have like this nostalgia for watching certain movies on VHS.
Yep.
So I may own a movie on DVD or Blu-ray, and then there's a new release on Blu-ray that has all these special features, but I might pick up the VHS instead if I find it in a thrift store, just because, like I said, I have that connection to it.
Yeah. The one I usually watch, I think, is a 42 or something. Is it a 42 up here?
What?
The RTV.
I think so.
Okay, so I do have a 55 down in the basement that I don't watch very often.
I'm watching right now in this room that I'm in the background. I have a 42-inch TV on. I have just a football game on in the background. And then upstairs, I have a 60-inch or 60 or 65-inch TV in my living room. And then in the other bedrooms, I think I have like 40 inches, maybe.
That's what she said.
But yeah.
Yeah, we got one up in the bedroom, and I don't like to watch TV up there anymore because I don't know. It's probably just in my head. trouble sleeping.
You're all staying on through East Coast, just through East Coast. Yeah, we're gonna go through midnight. I mean, I'm good. I'm good right now. We'll see how long we stay on. So it's 11:05 already.
Yeah.
That's why we started later than usual, because I figured we'd be on a while.
Well, Best Buy.
No more Best Buy.
No more Best Buy. Actually, if you go there now, if they're still open, I don't know if they are around you, but you have less than an hour to buy movies at Best Buy, or else you'll never buy them again. And it sucks. It really sucks. I mean, I know I'm laughing and I'm making light of it, but it's really bad. I can't believe. I mean,
the Target section is so
bad,
ridiculous now. Walmart, they barely put things out on release date.
Yep.
Best Buy's done. Obviously, Kmart's done.
Big Lots is done.
You just gotta hope for the best at thrift stores at this point.
Unfortunately, I have a friend who opened up a basically a physical media store. He sells records, comic books, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, Pokemon cards, all that kind of stuff, and video games and all their accessories and stuff like that. So I'm fortunate that it's not that far down the street, but I'm also unfortunate that it's not that far down the street.
Yeah, exactly. I have a couple places near me that sell the same stuff, and I found this place a few months back. I told Jason about it. I sent him a picture, and allegedly, and I believe it because I've been there plenty of times now. It's my new regular place. It has the largest selection of physical media in the tri-state area, and this place is about
so bad.
This place is about, I don't know, 15 minutes with traffic away from me, so it's not far. And everything in the store, everything is $2. So, and he gets in new stuff every week.
Man, I want to go there.
Sometimes daily they're swapping out stuff. They're putting new stuff out. So, I mean, you have to hope for places like that, and it's tough because not everywhere has places like that. All right, Brad, feel better. Good night.
Good night, buddy. Happy New Year. Well, you still got a while. Yeah.
Yeah, Danny, exactly. The price, unfortunately, sometimes is a little too much. And
here's a perfect example of that. Joe and I were talking about this the other day. I ordered the new Pet Sematary movie, Bloodlines, and I talked to you about it. I was like, "What did you get the Blu-ray?" And you were like, "No." I said, "Do you know how much they want for the Blu-ray? It's like $26-$28.
28 change it was, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I got the DVD.
It's just so I bought the DVD. I mean, it's ridiculous.
Another thing is, I know it's first world problems, but I'm really impatient. Like, I hate ordering things. Like, when I'm the type of person, if I want to buy something, I want to go into the store and buy it and have it in my hands. I'm an old school person like that when it comes to that stuff. Like, I miss the days of walking into like a Newberry Comics or even an FYE when the prices weren't astronomical, and buying something and walking out of the store with it right then and there. It was exciting. You're looking for something. I talked about this in my 3 for Me video. I won't give away which movie it is, but my 3 for Me video that's going up next Friday. One of the movies I'm recommending, it was a movie that I wanted. I decided, as I'm laying here in bed one night, tomorrow I'm going to go out, I'm going to look for this movie. And I went to a thrift store. Actually, I went to that store that I just mentioned that everything's $2. And I just got lucky. I literally found the movie that I was looking for, brand new, still sealed.
Wow.
And I was like, it's the one that you and I watched together that you're going to do as an honorable mention.
Right.
And I found the next day, and there's something very satisfying about being able to do that. To walk into a store, to find what you're looking for, and to walk out with it that day, go home and watch it.
Absolutely.
So again, I know it's a first world problem, but like, for example, I ordered this Vinegar Syndrome set. I ordered, this stuff, and I'm sitting here, like, pulling my hair out, biting my nails because it's like, and it's like now I got the holiday, so it's going to delay it a day for the mail because there's not going to be no mail tomorrow. And it's like I'm just impatient. Like I want my shit. Like when I order something, I want it. And I'm fortunate with like Amazon. Typically, I'll get stuff the next day or two. But it's like I can't help it. I get excited about these things, and I just wish I could walk into a store and buy the stuff that I want, especially when it's a new release. Like I don't know. Give me all right. Thanksgiving is coming out at the end of January. Now, fingers crossed, and I would be surprised if it wasn't in Walmart, but chances are it's going to be in Walmart. But if, say, for some reason Walmart decides not to put it out, and all the Walmarts are following suit, like I want to pick it up that day.
Yeah.
Like that's a movie that I'm really excited about picking up. Or Saw X was another one when it came out. Like I could not wait to get Saw X. I could not wait to get Scream 6. Certain movies that I'm waiting for that day of release. And Tuesday morning comes and I want to go to the store and I want to get it. So if stores stop selling physical media, I don't want to start ordering stuff and having to wait for it to come.
Oh wow. Nice. Scream Team. I like a lot of their stuff, Danny.
That's awesome, Danny. Yeah. I love that.
What's funny is you just mentioned Scream or Saw X, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know if you could tell, but I was very disappointed yesterday. Now everything I ordered came in.
Oh, because it did
all
come
the
in?
good movies I ordered came in, but Saw X, which I have seen before, and I have a copy here if I want to watch it, was delayed. Could you tell how disappointed I was?
I know the feeling.
I was like,
I know the feeling. Texas, I'll probably get the Blu-ray of Thanksgiving. I love Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah. It was fantastic. I was trying not to overhype it for you, but I couldn't help it because I liked it so much.
Yeah.
It felt so good to see a slasher movie in the theaters again. That was an actual decent slasher movie.
Here's my thing, Texas. If it's a movie I haven't seen, sometimes I'm gonna look at the price of the Blu-ray and the DVD and be like, all right. If there's a big difference, if the Blu-ray has nothing different than the DVD has, and say it's like an $8 difference, I'm gonna get the DVD. I just don't. But if it's a movie that I really love, I'm gonna get the Blu-ray. Like Exorcist Believer is an example of that. I could have gotten the DVD cheaper. There was nothing different on the DVD, nothing different on the Blu-ray that wasn't on the DVD. But I loved Believer that I was like, I'm getting the Blu-ray. So
I was in the same.
There are just certain movies.
Thing.
Thanksgiving, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick up the Blu-ray. I love that movie. That's what I want to do. I did the same thing with Saw X, with Scream. I got with Scream 6, I got the Steelbook. So
yeah, that was nice too. I like that Steelbook. I still like my Scream 2022 Steelbook.
Yep, I got that one too. Yeah. So I mean, that's what I tend to do with stuff like that.
Talk about being impatient. That was another one.
Hey Phil, Happy New Year.
Hey Phil, that was another one I was impatient for because, of course, when I went to Best Buy, they didn't have the Steelbook for Scream 6, and I wanted it so I could take it home and we could watch it. So I just bought the regular Blu-ray. I wanted the Steelbook, but they didn't have it, and I'm not going to sit there and drive around when I could be home watching it now. So, impatient.
Exactly. Texas, I'm kind of like that too. I mean, I'm not like there's people who are like diehard Steelbook fans. I can take them or leave them.
Me too.
If it's like a really nice Steelbook that has like cool artwork or something, and of a movie that I really love, then I'll probably get it. Like again, like Scream 6, Scream 5, Scream 6. I love both of those movies. Yep. Honestly, if Saw X had a Steelbook, I would have gotten it.
I don't know if I would have.
Saw X?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I love the movie. Don't get me wrong, but something about the slipcover on the blue. I don't know. I'm weird. I don't know. I just really like it.
Well, that's another thing with me. Slipcovers. Now, don't get me wrong. If I can get the movie with a slipcover, I'm gonna get it with the slipcover.
Yeah.
But a slipcover is one extra piece for me to be OCD about. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like if I find like a super like damaged slipcover, I almost rather even not have the slipcover because it's like, and I know it's just a stupid piece of cardboard. I'm not like how some people are. It's like, oh, I forget it. But it's just one extra. I almost wish they just wouldn't release slipcovers on movies. I'll just go back to how it was before when slipcovers weren't a thing.
That's a long time ago now, though.
I
If
know.
you really think about it.
Yep.
Wow. It's been a long time they've been doing that.
Yeah.
Tree
I
killer.
have not, Danny. I've not seen it.
What's that?
Shin Ultraman.
No, I haven't seen that one either.
Yeah, Texas. I've seen that steelbook. It's pretty cool.
The Point Break one?
Yeah.
The new one or the old one?
Actually, I think they have steel. I know they have steelbook for the old one. I'm not sure if they have one for the new one. Yeah, Mark. Exactly how I feel. They're not make or break for me. So if I don't, but it's one of those things where it's like, say I go to Walmart and there's 3 copies of a movie, I'm gonna pick out the one with the best slipcover. Like, I'm not gonna take the one on top, just, you know what I mean, if it's damaged.
Yep.
It's just, I'm gonna do it. I mean, what the hell? I mean, if I'm paying for it, then I want to get the most pristine thing I can get.
Yeah. We're weird like that, aren't we?
Hey, Eric, Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Eric.
You too, buddy. Yeah, I mean, it is. I don't know. It is what it is. Like I said,
I know.
I mean,
I was a little disappointed that the Pet Cemetery Bloodlines didn't come with a slipcover.
yeah.
Did yours?
Oh, it's really nice. Yeah.
I know the tone of voice now. I know what to look for.
No slipcover with that.
Willy's
Wonderland did.
It will in a little while. I meant to tell you that.
I know because the Scream Factory one. I know.
Yep, it'll have a slipcover finally.
Yep.
But I don't know. It is what it is. I'm just when I saw this outside, I was so happy.
Oh yeah.
Man, this movie is so damn good.
Well, believe me, I know. I was there the day it came out. Had to grab it.
Yep. Yeah, I can't wait to watch it again.
I mean, I call that epic bad luck.
What?
It's the last line in the movie.
Oh. No horror. Yeah.
When he's like, of all the men to cheat, you choose John Kramer. I mean, I call that epic bad luck.
Yeah, you got that right. You know what was weird is that movie got praised when it first came out. And I know this happens to a lot of movies now. I get it. People all of a sudden want views and they want to say, oh, well, what if I say something really bad about it because everybody loves it so much? Everybody's going to tune into my video to see me rant and rave and figure out why I don't like it. Right? So everybody was praising it. It was doing so well. A lot of people said it was the best Saw movie that has been made. I actually agree with that. Yes,
yeah, I did.
That's how I ranked it.
Yeah.
But in time, you know what happens.
Oh, of course. It's always
yeah. It's like, what rock did you crawl out from under? You know what I mean? It's like,
Danny, I do the same thing, and it's like sometimes it'll be like 3, so it's like it's easy. I have 3 choices to go. I'll pick the best of the 3. Sometimes it's like 15 on the shelf, and it's like, oh shit. Then I have to stand there like like I'm like there's something wrong with me, going through all these different slipcases, making sure I find the right one.
All right.
Like I'm ridiculous doing
I actually have
crazy.
something to say about Night Swim.
Oh yeah, that looks interesting. You've seen
it looks really cool. I like movies in the water, so I think that's pretty cool about it. But it's coming out this Friday, which means it's a January film. Now, throughout history, a lot of the January films have been the ones that they didn't think a whole lot of. Now, that's not saying that I didn't think a whole lot of them, because a lot of the January movies I happen to like. But I kind of wonder if that was one of the ones that they're... I mean, I might be reading too much into it because, I mean, let's be honest, the movie business has not yet recovered from COVID. Yeah. So the old way of them doing things is different from now.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I like the Saw franchise a lot.
It'll be part of Franchise Frenzy.
I think I enjoyed watching it with you when you finally experienced everything from 3 or from
5
4 on.
Yeah, I watched the first 4 originally.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I just thought that was neat. I don't know. I like to watch stuff that you haven't watched, and like you said the other night when I watched the movie that I hadn't seen, but you had seen it. It's neat to see what somebody's going to think about it, and if indeed we are really crazy for our opinions.
Yep.
And who knows?
Well, I mean, Spiral's a good example of that. It's like people crap all over Spiral, and me and you have it ranked at number 3 in our Saw franchise ranking.
I don't understand why people didn't like that movie. As a matter of fact, I'll go as far as to say it's a fresh take on.
It is.
On not a tired franchise, because I don't feel like it's a tired franchise.
No,
but when Jigsaw came out, a lot of people wrote the and I like Jigsaw as well, but I think a lot of people wrote the series off, saying, "Oh, it's done, it's not good," even though I like Jigsaw. But I think Spiral was different enough and original enough to kind of breathe life into that franchise.
It also opens up more opportunities for the franchise.
Yes.
And I don't know why people don't see that. And again, it's another one of those cases when people will crap on Halloween Ends or whatever else. And it's like, if you don't like Spiral, fine, but you still have the rest of the franchise to watch. So
right.
And like it's the constant like, oh my god, it's really not that terrible. Like, stop exaggerating.
No.
Like, people are so overly dramatic about things. It's like,
and I don't know. It doesn't make me look. I have a lot of respect for Chris Rock for the simple fact that he is a Saw fan like we are.
Yeah, I think it's cool that he got to do it.
Exactly.
Good for him.
Exactly. Good for him.
Yeah.
Pig Kill.
No, Texas. I haven't seen that.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, Mark.
Sounds like a movie that I'd like.
Mark, I like it a lot. Spiral's awesome.
Yeah. Did you like it, Verge? That movie gets me every time Spiral does, because when it starts, I'm not used to. Remember, I told you it takes me a little while to get my foot in, but once it's in, it's there all the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Yeah, definitely, Mark. That's always what I say, and it's like I try to make that clear in my positive spins and other videos.
Yeah.
I have literally I have no problem with people having different opinions. If they don't like something, that's one thing. But if someone doesn't like something, then there's no point to rant and rave and go on and on about how much you hate it and trashing it and insulting the people who like it and insulting the people who made it. It's like enough. It's like you don't have to be so like extra about it, you know? Like, just move on and watch something that you do like.
When did Halloween Ends come out? When did it originally come out? Was it last Halloween?
October 2022.
Okay. People are still posting stuff about it. They just can't let it go. And I don't understand what that gives you. Why do you get some kind of odd pleasure out of constantly trashing something?
Yep. I mean that's just it. And again, and there are people who feel like they don't listen to the whole video, like it's some of my positive spins or whatever, when they'll start talking crap to me because gatekeeping this and that. No, I literally say in these videos, you don't have to agree with me. I'm telling you what I like about the film.
Yeah.
But I'm also saying, it's like the old saying goes, and I've said this time and time again. If you have nothing nice to say, then don't say anything at all.
It's something we all learned when we were kids.
There's a difference between being honest and giving an honest review and just like spitefully talking poorly about something.
Yes.
There's a difference.
Yep.
To come on, like when people have, sometimes in their thumbnails, like, this movie is, a dumpster fire or whatever, worst movie ever. It's like they're doing it for views. I know that, but it's like, it's just, you come across as pathetic.
Yeah.
And you try to hold people like that accountable, and then somehow you're wrong because you like the film that they hate.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
Yeah. When did it become more popular to be mean and hate something than it is to just talk about stuff that you enjoy? I just don't. I missed the boat somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't get it.
I don't get it either.
I don't like every movie. Joe and I don't like every movie, and I know that a lot of people that have a problem with some of the stuff that we do say that we like every movie, but we don't. And you
The
know,
point
there's
is,
a
the point is
degree.
we choose not to talk about the movies that we don't like,
Exactly.
because why bother? Why should
Exactly.
we waste our time and energy to film a video just to talk poorly about a
Yep.
movie that, number one, a lot of people put a lot of time and work into.
Yep.
Number two, I don't want to insult something that maybe somebody else really enjoys because and they might have a really good reason of why they enjoy it.
Yes.
And I think people miss that element. And I know I've said this in the past, and I probably sound like a broken record, but that actually, that's where it pisses me off, because there have been movies that I have some sort of attachment to, maybe because it was something I watched with like my grandfather who passed away, or maybe it's something that I watched with my mom growing up, or maybe it's something that I watched with my son that we enjoyed together, that I have this fondness for. So to see somebody saying they don't like it is one thing, but to see somebody saying this movie's awful, it's a dumpster fire, it's trash, it's dog
On and
shit,
on and
and go
on.
on and on about it, it's like you are kind of crossing a line. And anybody who knows me, I'm not an easily offended person. So it's not that I'm being offended by it, but
Yeah.
it's the point that you're being unnecessarily hateful
Yeah.
for what? For views? Like, you look ridiculous doing it.
Yep.
And you actually look self-centered and self-indulgent because you're not taking anybody else's feelings into consideration. And I know it sounds like it's not being sensitive. It's just, I wouldn't feel right to do that to somebody else. So why should anybody get off on doing that? I just don't understand it.
And then they try to double down and one up themselves and call anyone who likes this movie stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't understand.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's just not for me. I'd rather enjoy my time. I'd rather enjoy my hobby. And if I don't like a movie, that's all right. I'll like the next one.
There's plenty of movies we watch that we're not really big fans of. And
Yep.
there's one in particular that was sort of a divisive film that was actually from 2022. A lot of people loved it. A lot of people didn't like it. You and I
Yeah.
watched it. We're going to have to watch it again for something else we're doing.
Yeah.
But you and I watched it and we were like, "Oh my God, this is awful."
Yeah.
and did we talk about it? No. We didn't do a review. We didn't
We
get
did a
oh,
ranking.
this movie
That's all we
sucked.
did.
We didn't even include it in it.
Are you sure?
We watched it after.
Oh.
So we have literally never.
I know exactly what you're talking about now.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We've never talked about it.
Nope.
So, and it's just the point is, why would we? We have all these movies that we watch that we love. Why wouldn't we want to promote something that other people might enjoy as well?
I'm going to say the name of the film, and there's a reason why I'm going to say the name of the film.
Okay.
The reason why I wanted to see it in the first place, and the movie's called Piggy. A lot of people like the movie.
I wasn't even talking about that one.
You weren't?
No.
Oh, shit.
But that's a good example.
Yeah. So my friend Rob from Body Bags really liked that film.
Mm-hmm.
He loved that film. He did a review on it. You could just see the passion of how much he really liked that film. So I had never even told him that I watched it because I don't want to.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to hurt his feelings. You know what I mean? Because it didn't appeal to me. I didn't like it. I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with him for liking it. I'm just saying I don't want to go out of my way to insult somebody and try to bring down how much they like something.
That's exactly it. It's exactly.
I try to take people's feelings into consideration.
I'll say the name of the other movie, and I'm going to say it because you and I are actually going to watch it for something else anyway, so we are going to give it another chance.
Oh.
And the movie is Skinamarink.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So
I didn't like that one.
Truthfully, you and I were pretty excited to check it out before we watched it. We were really excited. We were like, yes, this is going to be cool. Like, this is going to be interesting. And we watched it and we were like, no, it just wasn't for us. But listen, we're going to watch it again. We're going to give it another chance. And that's something that you and I both do.
Yeah.
We typically don't watch something one time and say, oh, that's it. I don't like it. Forget it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll put it off for months. Sometimes we'll put it off for months, sometimes longer. And then we watch it again and see how if our feelings change or not. Sometimes they do. But
yeah, sometimes
the point
plays a big part.
The point is we didn't watch Skinamarink and then immediately get on here and do a review and say, oh, this movie sucked. It's boring. Why did people like it? We didn't do that because I'm glad people like it. I want people to like horror movies so that way we keep getting more of them, whether I like them or not.
Exactly. That's the point right there.
It goes to another one of my biggest pet peeves with movie fans. When someone doesn't like say all right, Scream 6 comes out and people are like, "Oh, that should be the last one. They shouldn't make anymore." Why? Why should they not make it? Because you personally don't want anymore? So why don't you just not watch the next one if you don't want to, but allow the rest of us who want more movies have the opportunity to be able to see them?
Yep.
So again, it proves my point. People are so self-centered. They're so self-involved that they're thinking, I don't think there should be any more Scream movies, so they should stop making them. Not thinking, well, maybe there's a million other people who want to see another Scream movie. If you don't want to see one, don't watch it. Problem solved.
Yep. Here's a perfect example of what you're saying. I did not like the movie Smile. I didn't like it. I know a lot of people like it.
Yeah, me too. Didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't really particularly care for it, but I'm not going to. I hope they do make a sequel to it.
They are.
I hope they do because I might like it. And even if I don't, there's still another horror movie that we can enjoy.
That is just it right there. See, we did not like Smile, but guess what? Smile 2 comes out. You know we're going to watch it.
Yeah. Basically.
I mean, we weren't the biggest fan of Pearl. I liked X more than Pearl. I know you did as well. But guess what? When Maxine comes out, I'm going to see it.
Me too.
It's another. It's going to be a slasher film. It's going to be a whodunit slasher. Of course, I'm going to see it.
Right.
So it's like David Gordon Green. People didn't like Halloween Ends, so before they even saw Exorcist Believer, oh, it's trash because they didn't like Halloween Ends. So
yeah,
I'm going to give something away. We're doing a positive spin for Exorcist Believer at some point. I'll just leave it at that. And in that video, I use this analogy. That would be like somebody watching Deadly Blessing from Wes Craven, not liking it and saying, that must mean I don't like Elm Street or Scream, so I'm not going to watch them.
Or they never should have been made.
When Deadly Blessing is a much different film. So you can't judge one movie from a director and then think, oh, all the rest of his movies I'm not going to like now.
100%.
People are insane. Like, what is happening? Like, I mean, it's like watching, and don't get me wrong, I like this movie and I know you do too, but I know a lot of people don't. That'd be like watching John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars and thinking, oh, Halloween must suck because I don't like this one.
Yeah.
Like, they're so different, you know?
Yep. Very true. Very true.
It's crazy. Exactly, Texas. You know, my thought is always, if I say I love a movie, it's not hurting anybody. Like, if somebody doesn't like a movie and I say I love it, it doesn't affect the person who doesn't like it because they don't like it, so why should they care? But if I say I hate a movie and it's trash and it's garbage and anybody who likes it is stupid, now the people who do like it, it does affect them. It does.
Yeah.
Because they do care about that movie. So there is a difference between giving a positive review or a positive spin and giving a negative review. Like, negative reviews can negatively impact people who like it, and it also negatively impacts maybe the movie, word of mouth. If everybody's trashing a movie and there's a ton of followers online, let's be honest, they go and they listen to these reviewers talk about this movie's dog shit, nobody should see it. And then what happens? They don't go see the movie. So now the movie doesn't do as well, and now we're not getting a sequel or whatever else, or more movies like that. But if you promote a movie and say what you like about it, hey, maybe someone else will say, you know what, maybe I'll give it a chance, and maybe they'll love it.
And that's happened a lot for us. It's happened a lot.
So it's always that's always my thought. That's always my question for the people who post these negative reviews. What are you other than views? What are you hoping to gain? What is the ultimate goal in trashing a film? Absolutely nothing. You're literally not doing anything to help anybody. And then they use, one guy used an excuse one time, well, I want to warn fellow movie fans that it's a crap movie, but let them make up their own mind. Like, you can tell them, hey, listen, it wasn't for me because of this, but maybe you'll watch it and find something that you enjoy about it. They don't say that. That's not what they say. Exactly. They say, this is the worst movie I've seen. This is awful. This is crap. You shouldn't see it. Don't give the director any money.
Oh yeah, I love that.
I heard somebody say that about Winnie the Pooh,
Yeah.
And it's like, who are you to tell people they shouldn't go see a movie? Like, there's a big difference between telling somebody, hey, I recommend this, because you're telling them you might like it. But to say, don't go see this, I mean, you're not gaining anything from doing that.
Right.
again, I feel like you have to be a really self-centered person to think that you're that important.
Yeah. And that's the problem nowadays. It is really the problem.
And
And
that's
I have no
exactly
problem with somebody giving an honest review, but
that's different. It's
for
different. Yeah.
me, that's a review.
Yep.
But then when you start trashing things, that's a crusade.
An
Big difference.
honest review is talking about what you like and what you don't like.
Right.
If there's literally nothing you don't like about a movie, and come on, I mean, that's why we do positive spin. We've done movies we do not like for positive spin,
Yep.
and guess what? We still manage to find things positive about them. So if you're gonna post a review and you don't have a single positive thing to say, you probably shouldn't even be filming a review.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the point?
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's a really strange world we're living in when people like are addicted to this negativity.
Yeah.
And again, that's why we do positive spin, and that's why I end all my positive spin videos with, "But you don't have to agree. This is just my positive spin."
Yep.
Like, I specifically say that because no matter what I say in that video, I'm not trying to change anybody's mind. I'm not trying to convince anybody otherwise. I'm just saying I point out what I like about it, and in many cases also point out things that other people say they don't like, and whether or not it even makes sense, because sometimes it honestly doesn't. Like, people will say certain things happen in the movie when they actually didn't happen.
Yeah.
Or they'll say certain things didn't happen when they did, and maybe this person wasn't paying attention while they were watching because this was absolutely explained in the movie. Like, you can't blame a movie for your lack of attention.
Yep.
I mean, people can say, "Oh, well, it should have held my attention better." That's bullshit. You're sitting there on your phone, you're scrolling on Facebook. I know what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's true. It's just the way society is.
Yeah.
If you're going to review something, pay attention. In that
Yeah.
video we watched the other day, the top 10 worst, the guy, and I don't want to keep saying his name. I don't want to trash anybody.
Yeah.
But the guy literally said there were things he forgot about these movies and like things that like he wasn't really paying attention in one of them and all this. Why would you be a quote unquote professional reviewer, a self-proclaimed film critic, and not pay attention to a movie that you're going to go review and then get paid to review from your viewers?
Yeah. That's
I feel
lazy.
like that is absolutely disgusting. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but it is. Like that, like if you're gonna use if this is gonna be your job, do your job.
Yeah.
Like that's like a doctor performing surgery and he's sitting there scrolling on his phone. I mean I mean it is like when you're gonna if your job is to watch a movie and review it, then you better watch the movie.
Damn right. I got you.
Yep.
The way of the Sith.
Mhm. To an extent, but I think you can do it in an objective way. I mean, like again, I think that's where the honest review comes in. Like you can come across and say what you don't like about a film. That's completely
Yeah.
fine. But
Yeah.
people cross the line when it's not about, oh, I really didn't like the dialogue. I feel like the dialogue was cheesy. It was too cheesy, or this and that, or the performances weren't as great. There are ways to word things without saying this movie is wet trash. I hated this movie because it's complete garbage and it's stupid and it's
And you're not a
ridiculous.
Star Wars fan if you like this film.
Yeah,
Or
there's a
you're
different
not a
way of
Halloween
saying
fan if you
things.
like this film. Then you're
I'm not
crossing a
a
line, then you're alienating your audience. And
100%.
and I've actually heard people say, both Joe and I both have heard people say that they're a Halloween fan, but they only like maybe one or two of the movies in the entire franchise.
And that's fine, but then don't claim to
Yeah,
be a Halloween franchise
exactly.
fan.
Yeah,
You're not really a fan of the franchise, you're a fan of the movie, and that's fine, there's nothing
yeah,
wrong with that. I mean,
right.
Star Wars is a good example. I'm not a huge fan of The Last Jedi.
Me neither.
We did a positive spin on it, though. We still found plenty of positive things to say about it.
There's a lot of things I like about that movie.
Plenty of things I like about it. But I could easily give a negative review if I wanted to. I would
Oh
just
yeah.
choose not to. Because you don't need to. There's an objective way to say these things, you know?
And what happens? Okay, and this is what I think people don't seem to realize. I know we've already talked about this. What happens if somebody's watching your review and that's like their favorite movie?
Right there,
or
exactly.
there's a certain reason why they like that movie, or like some kind of a personal reason or something. Is there any real reason to make somebody feel terrible?
I forgot
And
the
that's what I
example I
don't
gave you.
understand today.
I forgot there was a good example that I found recently. I remember telling you, but another one that's relatable. My friend Rob, he was the best man at my wedding. Me and he and I have been friends since we were like 5 years old. All right.
Hmm.
His mom died when he was 21 years old. 20 years old. She had a heart attack, and one of the last the last two movies he watched with her was I think it's called Running Scared with Paul Walker and
Okay.
Monster House. Monster House. You know the animated movie?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
They watched those two movies together. Now, that would be like somebody going on a rant about those movies, talking about how bad they are, how awful they are, and all this, and all that, whatever, just saying all these nasty things about these movies. But for somebody out there like him who has some really close connection to the film, and not that it needs to be anybody else's problem, but it's also not necessary to go and bash something for no reason.
There's a
Again, if you want to give an
responsibility to what you say.
exactly.
You have a responsibility for the things that come out of your mouth.
Yep.
100%. And that's one thing we've lost in this world, I think, is accountability. And I see it all the time. I see people put up reviews, and I make mistakes too. So does Joe. We all do. We're human. But people can say whatever they want to say, and it's like there's no accountability anymore, even if it's 100% wrong.
Mm-hmm.
It's and it's not just wrong as an opinion; it's wrong as in fact.
And again, I talk about this in a positive spin coming up. Like there are literally these so-called big YouTubers that a lot of people watch, and great for them. They have millions of subscribers. It's cool.
Yeah,
Like I'm happy for them. But it
yeah,
becomes a problem, just like the mainstream media. I mean, eventually, when they're saying things that aren't true all the time, and you have this audience, that responsibility lies on your shoulders, like you said.
yes,
And I've seen reviewers saying things about movies that, like Jason said, not wrong as in their opinion is wrong. The things that they're saying, specific things about the movies, are inaccurate. Like they're
yes,
saying certain things happened in a film that actually didn't happen,
yeah,
or things that, oh, this wasn't explained, but it actually was.
right,
So now they're saying this, and a lot of these reviewers tend to just repeat what the other reviewers said, because
yep,
it's almost like they're trying to like copy each other's homework. So if one person gets the answers wrong and everybody's copying them, now the whole class fails.
yep,
So,
yep,
but here the people are, all these viewers watching, and they're eating it all up, and they're taking it all as if it's gospel,
yep,
but it's not true. So
yeah,
how can you take somebody's opinion seriously if it's not based on fact?
exactly,
People say art is subjective, but you need to have some sort of objectivity when creating that subjective opinion.
100%,
Like it's like people have a tendency now to say, "Well, that's just my opinion," but not everything is opinion.
right,
You still need to take fact into consideration. Like you can't look at the sky and see that it's blue and say, "Well, in my opinion, it's red."
exactly, and that's
It,
where there's a yeah, yep.
and people will do that.
Well, to me, it's red. No,
People will do that.
no,
It's like
that's
when
not
people
the case.
I hate when people say, I mean, when it comes to movies, I hate when people say, "I don't consider it part of the franchise." When like the director, the writer, the creators of the franchise say it absolutely is part of the franchise. But because this person doesn't like that movie, they'll be
Yeah,
like, "Well, I don't consider it part of the franchise." Like
yep,
Spiral. Spiral's an example of that. I'm in like Saw groups on Facebook. People be like, "Oh, I don't consider Spiral a Saw movie."
yeah,
But it is. It's part 9. That's why Saw X is Saw 10. Like, what
yep,
do you think part 9 is? So, I mean, I know it sounds silly, but that's not an opinion. You can't just
right,
decide this isn't part of the franchise. You don't get to decide that. Like, that's not how it works. You can choose to not watch it if you want to when you're doing a marathon of the Saw movies,
right.
but you don't decide that it's not part of the franchise. Yeah, exactly, Mark. People can do it in an objective, respectful manner.
Yep.
That's all that I ask. You know what I mean? Like,
there are certain things that are opinion. Like if I watch a movie and I don't think the acting is good, that's my opinion. But if you're going to sit there and look at a clock and it says 11:47, and you're going to tell me no, it's not, when I can see it with my own two eyes, that's fact. That's legitimate fact. That's not opinion. That's not, oh, well, I consider it to be a 12:47 because of daylight. No, I'm sorry, but that's not how things work.
Like Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers.
Yes, that's another one.
People do not like to believe that Michael is the father of Jamie's baby. But the director, the writer, the movie itself confirms that.
Yeah.
But because people don't want that to be the case, they'll just choose to believe that it was the Man in Black or it was something else. But no, I mean, if the writer is saying that it's Michael, you can't just decide yourself that that's not the case. That's not an opinion. That's a fact. Like, you don't get to change fact with your own opinion.
Right. That's where we lose responsibility and accountability.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Texas. Yeah, I mean, it's just, I feel like this stuff is so basic. It's like common sense, but it's crazy how many people don't agree with what we're saying right now.
Yeah.
People just want to have their opinions, and that's that. Again, I'm giving away a lot of stuff that I say in a positive spin coming up, but another thing I point out is, if you're walking on the street and you ask 100 people if they're perfect, 99 of them are going to say, of course I'm not perfect, right? But if you ask those same 99 people if they could possibly be wrong about a movie opinion or about politics, they're going to say, of course I can't be wrong. So they can't be, they know they're not perfect, but they can never make a mistake when it comes to voting. They can never make a mistake when it comes to movies. No matter what, they're always 100% right about those things. Yep. They will never admit when they made a mistake when it comes to those things. So it's just funny to me how people are so hypocritical.
Yeah.
Because like I was saying, like you and I have watched things and we're like, oh, we don't really like them. And we'll watch them later and be like, what were we thinking? I love this now.
Yeah.
So, it can very well happen. There are other people who are like, oh, I'll never watch that again. Well, you're lost because you might like it next time around.
That's why we always try to give things more chances.
It's funny how people get so put off by things. Like I think about people, I'm like, are people really this busy? Like, yeah. I was in I'm a Survivor fan. I'm in a Survivor group on Facebook, and this lady the other day, she's like, how did this season turn out? She's like, I watched the first episode and I really wasn't liking it, so I didn't watch the rest of it. So everybody's like kind of most people were trying to be nice. Some people were jerks because people are. Most people were trying in a respectful way to say, are you crazy? Like, how do you expect to
judge it off of one episode?
Judge it off of one episode. Like you don't even know the players yet at that point. You're getting to know them. Yeah. So and my thought is like if you have your Wednesday nights plan to watch Survivor, because this lady was saying how she watched every season of Survivor and never missed an episode until this season. Like, I mean, maybe she has stuff going on, but like if that was your plan, what is it that you're replacing it with now? Like, you were that put off by Survivor that like, oh, from now on,
episode.
Like, what the hell are you doing? Like, you can't put aside an hour. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just funny to me. Like these people, or it's like the people who walk out of movies. Oh man, I couldn't get through the first 30 minutes, so I left. Well, you already paid for the ticket, you moron. Like, you already paid for the ticket. Like, number one, the movie could get better. Give it a chance. Number two, you already paid.
Yeah.
Number three, you obviously
it's not prorated.
you already set the time aside to go watch the 2-hour movie. So where are you going when you leave the movie theater?
Yep.
Like, maybe you're gonna go see another film. Fine, if one of those movie theaters are willing to do that, they give you another ticket to a different movie.
Yeah.
But most of the time they don't do that. So you're just gonna get in your car and go home. What are you gonna go home and do now? You're gonna go home and jerk off? I mean, you already have the time set. Just watch the damn thing.
You already paid the money.
Like, I don't get it. I don't
That's the one thing that kills me. I'll never forget it. We were on the stream one time and somebody said they walked out of Rob Zombie's Halloween 2.
Oh, yep. I remember that.
And I just thought to myself, well, okay, you didn't like it. You made a statement. I don't think the director is going to care. He already got your money. It doesn't matter anymore.
Exactly.
It's just a very odd way of thinking. I
I mean,
don't
that's
know.
what I'm saying. Are people so? I mean, I know some people are, but are people so strapped
Yeah.
for time that they need to walk out of a movie theater to find something else to do? Like, you already set that time aside. Like, what are
Yeah.
you doing? Like, oh, I'll go walk around Target instead. I mean, what are you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? It's
I
just
don't know,
weird. It's
dude.
just weird to me. Like, even at I don't think I don't even like turning off a movie at home.
I don't either. I don't either.
I'd rather
There
just
are a lot of people that do it. In a way, I get it, because if with collections and streaming services being what they are now, there's always something else to watch. So I kind of get that in a way.
I love it,
But
Texas. Me too.
when you're paying $13 for a seat in a movie theater
Yep.
to sit there and walk out after 30 minutes of a 2-hour film, they don't prorate that.
But listen,
You lost that $13. You're
even if I'm
done.
watching something at home, I already paid for whatever it is. I bought it. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm watching a Blu-ray or DVD, well, I'm gonna watch it. I mean, if I don't like it, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Fine. But what are you gonna do?
Exactly.
You can't like
Uh,
everything.
I always try to give things a fair shot, though, because like you said, and you made a really good point there, is that it could get better. And
Yep.
sometimes it often does.
And sometimes it doesn't. But you just don't know unless you watch it.
Exactly.
I mean,
You could have missed your favorite movie of all time just because you were so stubborn and walked out after 20 minutes or 15 minutes. You never knew.
We've watched reviews from people who have literally admitted they didn't watch all of the movie.
Yeah, that's I have a problem with that.
How do you do a review if you've only watched like the first 20 minutes of something?
I like Rob's. Yeah, Joe and I think that's a masterpiece, actually. But I mean, Rob Zombie is an acquired taste. I get that too. His movies are a little gruff sometimes. I just like him as a director, and to be honest, to be fair, I can see why people don't. But
I also think Rob Zombie suffers from people watching one movie there where they didn't. Oh, there's too much swearing, and they think all of his movies are like that, and they're really
yeah,
not. Because again, we talked about this during the Rob Zombie stream. People, the Rob Zombie favorite tends to be The Devil's Rejects.
Yeah,
and people will criticize Rob saying his movies are too. They'll use the term white trash or whatever. But
I've heard that.
The movie that's the most white trash is The Devil's Rejects. So
Yeah.
how is that the crowd favorite if that's also the thing that they don't like about its films?
That's true.
It's like, again, it's just hypocrisy. It's just weird to me.
Yeah. But I can understand not liking somebody's style, although it kind of brings up what we were talking about earlier about giving his other movies a chance. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Giving his other movies a chance, because a lot of people direct completely different films.
Danny, Danny, as a teen, I probably would have as well, because I mean, I used to go to the movies a lot just with like friends and stuff and girlfriends. And many times back then, many times I went to see the movies, and many times I went to just go to the theater with hang out with friends and a girlfriend or whatever.
I'd never be mad.
Yeah, so I mean, I can understand that. I'm saying, like, personally now, I wouldn't, because if I'm going to spend my money on a movie now, I'm going to stay and I'm going to watch the damn movie.
Yeah.
Back when I was a teen, I mean, I might not have even been paying for it. I was probably getting money from my parents, whatever at the time, So back then, it was different. It's different when you're a teen, and you don't care as much about money and stuff,
Yeah. I got kicked out once, but that was about it. I don't think I've ever walked out of a movie.
He was doing the Paul Rubens. He got kicked out.
Really?
You were doing the Pee Wee Herman. You got kicked out.
Yeah, they caught me. I'll never forget that. That was I think it was Legal Eagles. It was either Legal Eagles or From the Hip. I can't remember which one it was now.
I think you told me it was Legal Eagles. Yeah. Hey, Rick.
I think it was.
Absolutely, Mark.
We're getting there.
I was gonna say we're getting there. Almost missed
almost 7 minutes, and we got Leonard Skinner. I don't even know if they have any people left from the original band. That's very sad. He looks like he's been there for a while. And I think his brother sings for him now. They sound good. New Year's Eve Live. Which one's that one? Is that Dick Clark? What the heck? Turn it down a little bit.
Clark Dick.
Watch the balls drop.
Yeah.
You know what's really funny? I think I might have told you this once before, but we are all in the same time zone on Body Bags when we get together.
Yeah.
It's really weird because
Yeah.
you have everyone from basically the East Coast up one side and down the other. Even into, I think Glenn's from Toronto. So I know he's from Canada. I just can't remember what part, but it's weird that we were all in the same time zone. Because I could have sworn it would be different. And Rob's down in Georgia. I'm in Maryland. So pretty heavy.
Let's see. Any other hobbies instead of movies and sports? I mean, those are the main two. I mean, I'm a big TV guy too. I mean, I know that kind of goes in with movies, but I watch a lot of TV. I watch a lot of TV series. Collect a lot of TV series on DVD and stuff like that. Books. You know, I don't read as much as I used to, but every now and then I get on a kick where I'll read a bunch of books at once over the course of some time. I have a big home library as well of books.
That's 4:52. Our thing is kind of off, isn't it?
Yeah, it's yeah.
Can that be?
It's 2 minutes difference.
I got 11:55 right now.
Yeah. I play music. That's my, I guess that's my other hobby. But I've been doing that for years.
Full popcorn or no?
Nah, no thanks. No popcorn for this guy.
I just have a house on there.
9:55. All right. He's got to be where Brad is.
He's in Brad's time zone. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Since you're on there live, you have to count down.
We have to count down.
Yep.
What?
On there live.
We have to count down, Joe.
You know how to count?
I don't. I don't. Why you gonna put me on the spot like that? Yeah, they don't sound too bad.
Oh, Mark lives in Colorado.
Wow.
He's not far from Brad at all.
No. That's true.
Danny says 11:56 here. Cover your heads for the bullets. Texas.
Yeah, we'll get stuff out here. People go and buy, go and bang on pots and pans, and they shoot guns, and they set off fireworks and all that kind of stuff.
I'm sure there'll be fireworks around here for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Seems like a little warmer this year than it has been in Times Square. My cousin was just up in your neck of the woods, Joe.
Really?
Yeah, they're coming back the 4th. They're stopping by here on their way from Rhode Island. Because
it sucks that you didn't get to go to that wedding.
Yeah, I know. I really wanted to, but I didn't really want to go to the wedding. I just wanted to come up there and go thrift shopping with you.
Take you to that store.
Hell yeah. I'll get back up there. I mean, we still got family up there. So,
when was it that you came last? How many years ago was that now?
2? No, it was when I broke my hip. So it was like 3 years now.
Yeah, it had to be more than that. So I was saying I was at based on where I was working. Because I was at the place where we closed at the end of 2020, and I was still working there when.
Yeah,
we met up. It's crazy.
It's wild, all the stuff that's happened since then.
Yep. My brother blames Tom Brady. He said as soon as Tom Brady left the Pats to go to the Bucks, everything went downhill. Because it was early 2020, and then everything happened, and it was like COVID hit, and all this other stuff happened. It was like
Not for him, it didn't though, because he ended up getting a Super Bowl with the
I
Bucs.
know, but he says like for us, everything went downhill.
Yeah.
You had the COVID, you had the election, you had all this other stuff happen, and it was like everything went.
Hey, what's up, Mr. Rick?
5 p.m. He's been drinking.
Uh-oh.
We got 1 minute, guys.
The balls are dropping.
Seconds away. Count us down.
I will. That's pretty heavy though. The ball, yeah, it's 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28. Everybody starts counting when it's like 10. Now I feel like an asshole. Yeah. Uh-oh, we're almost there. 15, 14, 13, 12. Stop taking it off the clock.
Some people's clocks are
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How about that?
Happy New Year.
It's 2024.
Look at that. Woo. All right, stream's over. Bye. No.
Get this stupid thing out of here.
Texas. I worked in the Texas. I worked in healthcare for over 20 years, and
it's a dead cat.
Well, I guess they're poppy horns.
Yeah.
I worked in healthcare for over 20 years, Texas, until the COVID vaccine mandates happened. I've been clear about that in the past. That's when I left the healthcare field, and then I was a COO for a company for the last few years. But yeah, that's why I'm saying everything pretty much changed in 2020.
It's my daughter.
Look at that pizza.
I know, it looks good.
Danny says, "Damn, my neighbor just got shot."
Oh no. Yeah, they had to cancel. My daughter had to cancel their party.
Really?
Yeah, because I think I told you before that the her husband's sister lives with him and her boyfriend, and they got COVID. So they figured it would probably be better not to have a lot of people over, and even though that they didn't have to be around them, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But just trying to be responsible.
Yep.
So it's a bad time of the year for that, though. I mean, all the family get-togethers and stuff like that.
And that's why it happens. But it's like anything else. It's like every year I think back to holiday time, and people in my family that always had a cold or got the flu or whatever on the same time of year. And now everything, no matter what happens now, people stub their toe. Oh, it's COVID. I mean, not to say that it's not like when people get COVID now, but I'm saying, like, you know what I mean? Every time someone's sick now, it's like it's the first thought everybody has. Oh, it must be COVID.
It's very different now.
So it's like no matter what, it's like
yeah.
Anytime someone gets sick, oh, it's gonna be what it is.
So that's the whole thing about that. Like you said, whenever you used to go to family get-togethers during the holidays, someone would always be sick.
Exactly.
And you went there anyway. I mean, you tried not to.
What are you gonna do?
Be all over them and stuff, but it is what it is. It's important to spend time with your family.
Exactly. Unless someone had like a stomach bug in my family, we were all getting together. It doesn't matter what we had,
Exactly. Happy New Year, everyone in the chat. Damn, my neighbor just got shot. It's messed up.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Favorite horror villain?
Oh, I was thinking about this the other day. Okay. I'm going to say this before you get a chance to. And I can't remember his name. The guy from No Country for Old Men.
Oh, you got to go with him, huh?
He's vicious. Oh my God.
Anton Chigurh.
Yeah, Anton Chigurh. Or as Woody Harrelson calls him, Anton Sugar.
Yeah. He is definitely one of the most badass villains in movie history.
Yeah. He's tough. And if that's not really considered horror, which I do consider it horror because
come on, it's horror.
It is. Well, some people don't. So I think
people can be wrong in their opinions.
Yeah, I know. I was trying to think of another one that I like a lot.
I mean, if we're on a personal favorite, my first one that comes to my mind is The Tall Man. I love The Tall Man.
Oh yes, yeah.
Love The Tall Man.
Yeah, we were talking about that the other day. There's just certain things that are so iconic. You can put a mask on somebody and make them Jason. You can put a mask on somebody and make them Michael Myers, but you can't have another Tall Man.
Exactly.
Not like Angus Scrimm.
Nope.
He was something.
That's a good one, Mark. Pinhead's a good one.
Who? What did he say?
Mark said Pinhead.
Oh, hell yeah. Pinhead's awesome.
And Pinhead's a good one because he's a complex character. Like you see, like Hellbound, you know, how he returns to his old self. So he's a pretty cool villain in that way.
I like that. What did I do? What did I do? You said congratulations.
Because Happy New Year.
Oh, okay. All right. That works for me.
That's funny.
Oh, Snoopy said?
Yeah, Snoopy said congratulations.
Yeah.
I guess I made it through another year. How about that?
So, yeah. Congratulations.
Mm-hmm.
You hear everybody setting off fireworks?
Yeah. I hear them out there.
I over here too.
We used to go outside when we were little with pots and pans and bang on the pans.
Yes.
That's what your family did too?
No.
Oh.
Possibly my favorite, Mark. We're going to find out in Franchise Frenzy if it is for sure, but Phantasm is going to be up there.
The thing about Phantasm that I've learned, because I've always liked the franchise, and especially the first movie, is just so nostalgic for me. It means a lot to me.
Yeah.
But when you sit there, and we've done this a couple times now, when you sit there and you watch them all the way through, one right after the other, and you binge watch them, there is one hell of a story in there. One hell of a story. From the beginning to the end.
Yep.
I mean, writing that, I mean, that took a lot of imagination, originality, creativity.
That's what happens when you make a movie based on your dreams.
Yeah. I almost popped Corinne last night because I was having a dream that I was hitting somebody.
Aaron's done that to me before.
Yeah.
You've kicked me before.
I have. I've kicked you before.
You've elbowed me before.
I have. I get violent. I have violent dreams.
That's cool, Mark. Yeah. I used to watch it with my mom, too. Texas Horror says Mick Taylor. Good one.
Oh, that's awesome.
Can I change the channel?
Yeah, go ahead. Just don't turn it up real loud. Mick Taylor's awesome. Have you ever seen the series of Wolf Creek? I've seen the first season. I want to see the second one, but haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah, Mick Taylor's a bad dude. What did we watch the other day when I said this is one of the better villains that I've seen in a while? What was it that we were watching? Because I couldn't stand him. Such a good actor, though.
Huh. I don't know. We watch so much.
I know we have. Let me look through my notebook. Because that was a good villain too. They had a lot of.
Was it a Franchise Frenzy movie?
I'm not sure. Bloodlines. Gus was one that I thought was a really good villain.
Oh, yeah.
I think that might have been it because I said Clancy Brown's a really good actor.
Yep.
It really makes you hate him in Pet Sematary too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know another one. Watching Horror of Frankenstein the other day. The guy that plays Victor Frankenstein, completely different from Peter Cushing, the times that he played it. I mean, this guy's a real ass. He's just like, if anyone gets in his way, they're gone. He just, they have accidents. I'll put it that way.
Favorite kill.
Favorite kill. Yeah, first thing that always comes to my mind about kills is the liquid nitrogen kill. I love that.
And Jason X.
Yeah, I love it.
That's like a lot of people's answers. It's weird how like it's not my favorite movie by any means, but I always think about that one too.
Yeah, it's really good. I remember I really enjoyed one of the kills from Cult of Chucky when the glass came down.
In Bride of Chucky?
No, Cult of Chucky when they were in the asylum.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you meant like the mirror in Bride when the glass comes down and kills them in the bed.
Oh, that was cool too.
Yeah,
I like John Ritter's death in that one too. The
Pinhead death.
Yeah.
I always think of Intruder. All the supermarket deaths.
Oh yes, they're so good.
I love all those.
You know, that was one I didn't like the first time I watched it.
Really?
I remember telling you that years
surprising.
ago. I mean, this was like I rented it when it first, when it was out a long time ago. And I didn't like it the first time I watched it. And then when I eventually saw it again, I guess I was in my late teens, early 20s. And I was like, why didn't I like this? This is like right up my alley. Mood has a lot to do with what you watch. And
I love the setting. I love the kills.
Yeah. Megan Thee Stallion.
Texas Horror says Terrifier when he slits the woman down the middle.
Yeah, that's a good kill. Mm-hmm. He has good kills. They designed some really good kills for him. Just unfortunately, the second movie is just way too long.
Yeah,
but I like some of the kills in that one too. And there's a lot of things that both of us liked about Terrifier too.
Yep. When he feeds her the mashed potatoes.
Yeah. Oh, here's one. And I told my mom this because I was telling her about oranges. I've been eating a lot of oranges lately. And she said, "You don't like bananas, do you?" I said, "I like bananas, but ever since I saw a kill in a movie, I haven't really been big on bananas." And this was, of course, 84, 85. So it's been a long time. And I can't watch it. Friday the 13th, the final chapter. The girl on the side of the road with the banana. There's something about that skeeves me.
I remember you saying that when we watched it one time. Yeah.
It's so nasty. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the fact that when she squishes it in her hand when she dies, it goes, over the side. Yep. Maybe it's the chewed up pieces of banana in her mouth. And it's just nasty. All over the place. Nasty. And every time I pick up a banana, I think about that.
Yeah, Texas, I like the first Terrifier. I do like the second one. I like things about the second one, I guess I should say. I just wish it was edited better. Like, it's just too long.
It's too long, and there was a lot of parts I didn't think needed to be in there.
The first one I loved when I first saw it, especially.
Oh yeah, yeah, me too. And I really like the segment on All Hallows Eve.
Yep, me too.
I mean, David Howard Thornton didn't play Art the Clown in that one, but the guy who played him,
I think he did a great job.
A hell of a job.
Yeah. He's like the what's his name that plays Hannibal Lecter in Manhunter.
Oh, Brian Cox.
Brian Cox. He's like the Brian Cox of Terrifier.
Yeah.
Like, he got to play that character first, but unfortunately, the second guy gets all the credit.
So, I'm watching. I don't really know a lot about this person, so I don't want to judge. But based on what I've seen, Megan Thee Stallion, right? Does she actually even do anything, or does she just go up there and shake it the entire time?
I honestly only know the name. I don't even know what she looks like. I don't know who she is.
I mean, she's basically just going up there and dancing like a stripper. She didn't really say too much.
Does she have to? Mark. Yeah, Manhunter. Love Manhunter. We're gonna be doing the Hannibal franchise for franchise frenzy.
Yeah.
So that will be in there.
Man, I'm so looking forward to watching
Hannibal Rising.
Rising. I always really liked it. I like it. I mean, I like the other movies too. Don't get me wrong, but that one's more of a slasher.
Yeah, exactly.
So, and I for some reason, there's something about the guy who plays Hannibal in that one.
Mm-hmm.
He creeps me out. I don't know. Maybe it's the look of him or something.
Makes sense.
I think we have 2 more left to watch in that franchise. No, 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was forgetting about Red Dragon.
Yeah. Now, I know it's maybe not a popular opinion, but I prefer Manhunter.
Me too.
I do like both of them, but I do prefer Manhunter.
Texas. Yeah, that's a good one.
What's that?
The guard hung up in the cage in Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I still cannot believe that people still say that Silence of the Lambs is not a horror movie.
It makes me question what did they consider horror?
Yeah. I mean, there's some really brutal stuff in that movie. And that when she's in there at the end and he's got that night vision, and she's in there in the pitch black, I mean, that to me, that's nightmare fuel. You don't know where you're at. You can't see anything.
Does that mean that they don't consider like Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer to be a horror movie?
You got me, dude.
Because I mean, think about it. I mean, they're comparable. I mean, it is. I mean, it's two psychos.
You're right. And as a matter of fact, in Silence of the Lambs, you get more than one serial killer.
Yeah. No.
I don't know.
Oh.
What?
Jess says, Happy New Year. There's no one I'd rather be with. And it's her doggy.
Oh, the doggy.
He's cute.
I still can't. Oh, new best horror movie. Wait a minute. Thriller, horror, in my opinion. Okay. I still consider thriller horror.
Me too. Yeah, Happy New Year, John.
Hey, Happy New Year, John. 7, Bone Collector. Yeah. Yep. I have all those in my horror section.
Who are those people? Do you know?
That's supposed to be Ellie Goulding. I was never.
I don't know who she is.
Her song, I've heard her song before. I just never really got into her. Huh. Yeah. It's a good job if you can get it.
What?
Playing on New Year's Eve.
Oh.
You've done that before.
I know. Made a good amount playing on New Year's Eve too. That was the time.
And you got pulled over on the way home?
Yes, I got pulled over on the way home. I didn't even drink anything. I was sick. I had the flu.
Sure it wasn't COVID?
Shit, that was back in 98. 1998.
So what were you, like 45?
I'm surprised you gave me that much credit. Now I was born in 71, so that would be 27. You're close. 28.
Texas wants to know our favorite music band.
Our favorite music band? Wow. That's a tough one for me.
From First Millionaire of the Year.
My favorite artist is Prince. As far as my favorite band, wow,
It's tough.
it is tough. I like all different kinds of music. I wouldn't even know where to start. Huh?
Chicago? We like Chicago.
I like Chicago a lot. I don't know if they'd be my favorite band. Yeah, I like all different kinds of music. Iron Maiden. I like them. I haven't seen Equalizer 3 yet. I like the first one. I've seen the first one. I haven't seen the second and third.
They're like molesting him.
Nice.
They like jumped on him, was like kissing him and all.
They bum rushed Ryan Seacrest.
Oh yeah.
He got out of there.
Yeah. They almost knocked him down.
He's playing with fire.
Damn, that's pretty messed up. That's pretty heavy. Iron Maiden. Yeah, too many bands to list. I was like Badlands.
Rush.
They were a good band. I love Rush. Yeah.
I was gonna say Rush would be one of mine.
Really?
Rush and Journey are like the first two that came to mind for me.
Yeah, Journey's awesome.
Those are two of my favorite bands.
I did not know you liked Rush. Get the hell out of here. Really?
I love Rush.
Oh my god. All right, favorite Rush song.
I always liked Geddy Lee because of he has like that distinct voice. I always
Yes.
thought that was pretty cool.
Yep.
Neil Peart too, I think, is one of the greatest drummers of all time.
My god. Yes.
Honestly, my favorite Rush song. Oh, that's tough.
I have a few.
I love The Spirit of Radio.
Yes.
But again, because of like the drums and that,
Yeah.
like like I said, I'm a big Neil Peart fan.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I like that. I mean, obviously I like Limelight, I like Tom Sawyer, but it's like, you know.
You ever heard the Necromancer?
What's that?
The Necromancer?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love that song.
I think I have like all their albums, so.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
How did I not know this?
I don't know. I thought you did.
All right, favorite album. This will be maybe easier. Maybe.
I don't know. I really don't. I gotta dig them out. Actually, there. Oh, I can see them from here. I just don't feel like getting up.
Mine is either Caress of Steel or 2112 was good, and Power Windows was always one of my favorites. God. Got one right here. I have to get a case for it because it was broken. Nuts and bolts.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
the
it's
case
Journey's
was
50th anniversary.
Yeah, that crushed me when Neil Peart died. That was terrible. He was a different kind of guy. Did you ever see their documentary Beyond the Lighted Stage?
I did, yes.
It's so good, isn't it?
It's good, yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I found that on DVD. I think it was at a thrift store. But I watched it on cable before I got it.
Have you ever watched Freaks and Geeks?
Mm-hmm.
Show? I like how there's a lot of references to them in there because, like, Nick, who's like in the band in the show, like he always references Rush and stuff. And there's a few of their songs on the soundtrack.
Yeah,
that was like one of the things that got me into the show because I remember, putting on the episode when it was on back in the day, just trying to check out the show, and I remember hearing like the song, and I was like, hell yeah, they play Rush in this. This is cool. And like that was one of the reasons that I started watching that show, which is like one of my favorite shows ever. So it's pretty cool.
How did I not know you liked Rush? How did I not know this?
I don't know.
That's crazy.
COVID ruined your brain.
I know, it ruined my brain.
What do you call it? Vaccinations.
Yeah. Triumph. Zebra. Spirit of Radio. Anything from Rush. I also like Passage to Bangkok a lot. I always liked that song.
Oh, watch your mouth.
Bangkok. Did you ever see him in concert, Joe?
I did not, no.
Oh. Man, I saw like the ultimate concert. I saw Mr. Big open up for them.
Oh, yeah?
It was during the Presto tour. Yeah. Amazing. Freaking amazing. I remember camping out for those. Back when you camped out for tickets.
Greta Van Fleet, yeah. Are they like a fairly newer band, Verge? Like not new, but I don't know, 2000s at least.
I've never heard of them.
I'm pretty sure they're not like, they're like in the last couple of decades, I think they started.
Huh.
I don't know much
the
about them.
1975 a lot.
I told you, I went to a lot of concerts when I was younger. I was the youngest person to ever attend a Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons concert.
Yes, you told me that.
And I would go every time they came here. That they literally like knew me. I got to go up on stage and everything.
That's awesome. I like them. I always
like
Frankie Valli.
and they knew. And I literally like grew up like each year going, and I was the youngest person to ever go. It was pretty cool.
That's awesome. I saw Neil Diamond, which is not exactly something, it's kind of like before my time and all.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw Neil Diamond, one of the best concerts I've ever seen. He was in the round.
Mm-hmm.
Great concert. Great concert.
Funny too, when I went, and I was so young, I fell asleep. I think it was like the second year I went because I was still young. I fell asleep at the concert. And
wow.
My favorite song was Sherry by Four Seasons.
Yep.
And they knew it from the previous year. My mom talking to them and stuff, because again, I was the youngest one at the concert and we got to meet them and stuff. They literally changed their set to wait to play Sherry, hoping that I would wake up, and I did. And they played Sherry later on in the set.
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
That is awesome.
I have such a great experience with them. Like they'll always have a special place for me because of that. Like, I mean, who does that? And it's like,
yeah, I know.
We had this. It was like this place is no longer open. It was the Warwick Musical Theater, and it was sort of a smaller venue, not like small, but smaller compared to like our civic centers and stuff. Right. So, like when we went to see wrestling there, you could like literally meet all the wrestlers. You can meet the bands that you saw there. So that's where they would come. That's where we would see them. So it was very like interactive, and I just have such great memories of that.
Yeah.
But I literally remember waking up to December 1963, and that was a song I woke up to at that concert, and I thought I had missed them. I was like, oh no, I've been being like, upset because I missed Sherry, and my mom's like, they didn't play it yet, they waited, and they could literally see me from the stage because of where the seats are in this place.
Yeah.
And they played it like a few songs later. It's pretty cool.
That's heavy.
Yep.
We've still got band. We don't know who it is. Oh, that's Jared.
That's 30 Seconds to Mars. See, I think they're really good. You've heard them, right, Joe? Jared Leto?
Yeah. My favorite song by them was their first single, Attack. I really got into them when that song came out. I was like, damn, you know what? He's actually pretty damn good. And I bought that album like right away. And then I listened to the rest, and I was like, meh. Like there was a couple of songs I liked, but Attack, I love that song. The rest of them are just kind of like, they're okay,
Here's the problem with 30 Seconds to Mars. They are really good. They're really talented.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is they overreach a little bit. And because his voice is so strained and so high on the records, he has trouble reproducing it live.
That's what I've heard. Yeah.
It's very tough.
Yeah.
Very tough.
Texas, I agree. The Strangers 2, awesome soundtrack.
Oh, yes.
Love that soundtrack. I love the last song when she's like crawling on the bridge and stuff. Oh, man. So good.
That's important to me.
Me too.
It always has been. Music and film has always been important to me.
Pet Sematary Bloodlines yesterday when we were watching that. Like I said, I really like the soundtrack. It's so good.
They played The Wait. I was like, oh shit, get out of here.
It's a good soundtrack and it's like it's almost like you don't even expect that soundtrack in that movie, but then when you think about the timing and stuff, like, oh, it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, and some of them, and I noticed that some of the songs were a little either, I don't want to say age appropriate, but like when you had the young people, you had the songs that were popular during their time.
Yeah.
But they also played stuff when their parents were around, like David Duchovny and all that, that were popular when they were around.
Exactly.
I like that attention to detail.
Me too. Very authentic.
I think that's really cool that they did that. Because they played, wasn't it The Wanderer?
Yeah.
And that was way before The Wait or anything like that. So.
But it makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. I like that movie so much.
Yeah, he's asking you actually, Texas Horror. He said you finally watched it, Jason. What did you?
I did. I liked it so much.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So much. I'm telling you, last night, I think it was last night, wasn't it? Yeah, it was last night.
Last night.
We watched 2 movies. One that I had never seen, which was Pet Sematary Bloodlines. I loved it. And the second movie, neither one of us had seen, which was Five Nights at Freddy's. And I really enjoyed that too. So it was a good night last night.
And we also watched Exorcist Believer earlier in the day. And we had both seen that, but we watched that one again. Mark, I agree. Strangeland is awesome. D. Snyder.
Yes. Very underrated.
Danny, he's asked what our best musical. I know what mine is right off the bat.
I know what mine is too.
What's yours?
Repo, the Genetic Opera.
Okay.
I love that movie.
My favorite one is Anna and the Apocalypse.
Yes.
I love Anna.
That's close. It's close.
Anna and the Apocalypse for me. I just love that movie. That's my favorite.
I do too.
I'm going to throw this one out there because according to the director, it is a musical, and that is The Wicker Man. That's one of my favorites.
Yeah. And while we're at it, I was talking about this today in one of my reviews that I was doing. Slumber Party Massacre 2. I have a love for that movie.
I love it. It's awesome. I love it. Now, we're talking about traditional musicals. I do love Grease. Grease is a great movie. I've always liked Grease. Another one is Across the Universe. It's the Beatles musical movie.
Yes. I always forget about that one.
I love that one. That's I'm not a big musical person. I have to really like a musical. I love Across the Universe. The way that they utilize the music to tell the story, I love it.
Yep.
Just like Anna and the Apocalypse. Like you're the one who sent me Anna and the Apocalypse, and you told me oh, you're really gonna like this movie, and I kept putting it off. Remember? And I was like, oh, it's a zombie musical. Like,
the songs are so damn good.
You, the first song that starts playing, I was like, oh my god, I love this. And like, I love that movie so much.
The songs are so catchy, so catchy.
Yep. Yeah, Texas.
You bought the album, as a matter of fact, if I remember correctly.
Erin bought it for me for Christmas. I have it on vinyl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The songs are so good in that. They're so well written.
My wife listens to that soundtrack all the time. She's always like in the car with it blaring and stuff.
Nice.
Doesn't matter if it's Christmas or not. She plays it.
Well, another musical that I didn't even really think of was The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah.
Another good one.
Mark, that's a good soundtrack to Trick or Treat. Fast Away.
Yes. Yes.
It's a good one.
Actually, which is weird for me. I had always heard Say What You Will, because that was like the first song that they released, Fastway. But I did not get into Fastway until Trick or Treat. And when I tell you that I bought the tape, the soundtrack,
I have it. I was just going to say that to you. I have the cassette sitting like right near me.
Really?
Yep, the Fastaway, the soundtrack.
I might still have mine. I did upgrade it to DVD to CD.
I found it at a thrift store, and
really?
It has. I love that original like Trick or Treat poster art that it has on it.
Yes,
which they didn't use for the VHS or any.
I know.
It's that classic. Oh, that classic poster art. It's right
with
on
the pumpkin behind him, and he's sitting there going like this with the guitar. I love it.
That's the cassette artwork, and I love it.
Every song, that is one of the few albums. There are a few more now than there was then, but that was one of the few albums that I could play back and forth, and never not like a song. I like every single song on there. I wore out that tape. I had to go get another one. Man, I love that. And that got me into Fastway, and it kind of sent me backwards so that I could check out stuff that they wrote before. And to be honest, I didn't think anything really compared to the stuff from Trick or Treat.
Yeah,
I liked it.
Other stuff I heard, yeah. Mark, it's getting one. Trick or Treat is getting a Blu-ray release.
Man, I love that movie. When didn't you and I watch it? Like last year?
I think it was like 2 years ago now. Yeah.
Yeah. And that is a movie that when I got it, because of course I listened to the soundtrack all the time. And this was before you could really buy tapes because they were too expensive.
Yeah.
I taped it and I watched it all the time. I watched it so much. When you and I watched it a couple years ago, that love came back because I hadn't seen it in quite a while.
Yeah.
And it was just like, man, why don't I watch this more? Just like Night of the Demons.
Yep.
Why don't I watch this more?
Pepsi, Coke, or Dr. Pepper?
Pepsi.
Coke.
I don't really drink soda.
Nice. That's good.
I can't remember the last time I drank any of those. I like all three of them. I would probably drink Coke the most only because I would drink maybe like a Jack and Coke.
I like that too.
I like all of them, but like I said, I haven't had soda in probably over a year.
Really?
Yeah, I don't drink soda.
Wow. Wish I didn't. Or at least as much.
No.
I'd gotten down to the point where it was like hardly at all. But then it kind of crept back in my life.
Yeah.
So I don't really do a whole lot of unhealthy things, but that's one of them. It's one of them. That's definitely one of my what do they call them? Bugaboos.
No, I don't. I not just water, Texas. I'll drink like a lot of like tea, iced tea. Typically,
that's
like,
not good for you either.
No, but like not like not in like the bottle, like actual iced tea. Like I'll brew it.
Yeah,
that's better for you than Coke.
It is. It is.
Yeah, no, I'm talking like brewed tea. Like I'll drink that and decaf because I don't drink caffeine.
Really?
So, yeah, I don't
sugar.
You know, I guess that makes sense now. I'm thinking about it.
I drink decaffeinated tea with honey typically, so it's pretty healthy for the most part.
That's cool.
I drink that. I mean, I do drink my red wine with like Sunday dinner and stuff.
Nice.
I drink a lot of not just water, but I'll drink like the flavored waters that have like, like the zero. Like right now, I'm drinking like strawberry lemon, 0 calories, 0 sweeteners. This hint water.
Is that any good?
It's really good. I mean, there's literally nothing in it. There's 0 calories, 0% of anything.
Yeah.
No sugars. This one is strawberry lemon, but there's all different ones. There's like mango, peach. There's all different kinds. Drink a lot of this stuff. I do drink sports drinks. I mean, they're not the greatest for you, but I'll drink them like, whenever I just feel like it. I'll have like a Gatorade every now and then. I've started drinking Prime recently, which is a lot healthier than Gatorade.
I never heard of that.
It's one of the I think I can't remember if it's Jake Paul or Logan Paul. It's one of them. It's pretty new, but it's basically a 0 sugar healthy sports drink. And it tastes really good. There's some really good flavors.
Wow.
My favorite one is the ice pop flavor. It has the red, white, and blue, like the red, white, and blue ice pops.
Really? Wow.
The bottle literally has the red, white, and blue, and it tastes just like the ice pop. It reminds me of getting them from like the ice cream man.
Ice cream man. Yep.
Yeah. Good stuff.
I'll have to. You said it was called Prime?
Prime, yeah. Just don't get the caffeine one. There's like a caffeine one you get in a can. Get the one in the plastic bottle. They sell out though a lot. I was lucky to find them at Target.
All right. I'll check
the ice pop. The ice pop is really good. Blue raspberry is good too. Lemon lime is good. I mean, everyone I've had I've liked, but the ice pop is the best.
Is the best, yeah.
Well, he
I
said
used to love
it
those.
does not have artificial.
No, it doesn't have any kind of sweeteners in it at all.
Oh.
It's all like natural flavors for it. It's really good.
I can't have aspartame or any of that.
Yeah, I don't like aspartame either. It has a funny taste to it.
Yeah, there's no funny taste in these. I don't like that stuff. Texas horror favorite food. I mean, Mark probably got it. I mean, I'm Italian, so probably Italian food for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also like, how can I explain it? People think of Italian, they think of like, spaghetti and meatballs, but like as real Italians, we also do a lot of fish, like on Christmas Eve and stuff. So I like a lot of seafood, I like a lot of fish dishes. I always like the episode of Sopranos when they go to Italy, and they just keep getting served fish everywhere they go because that's what they eat a lot in Italy. And Paulie Walnuts is like, "You got any like macaroni and gravy? Like, can you give me some?" And they kind of make it, and the Italians are kind of making fun of him. They're like stupid Americans because like they're serving him all this great. It's like he's a typical like Italian American. And don't get me
Right.
wrong, we eat a lot of pasta in gravy, but I do like a lot of fish dishes too.
Red sauce.
Yeah, the sauce.
Gravy.
It's great when there's meat in it. It's sauce when there's no meat.
Oh, okay.
So if it's just tomato sauce, like with no meat inside in it, it's tomato sauce.
Okay.
If there's gravy, and I'm not talking about the brown gravy. I'm saying like
Okay.
but there's also red gravy if you cook it with meat. If you put like pork in it, in beef or whatever else you want to put in it, then that's
Good
typically
stuff.
when it's called gravy when there's meat.
Mm.
So it just depends on how you have it. Like Erin, obviously she's a vegetarian, my wife, so she'll have red sauce.
Yeah.
She won't have it with the meat.
You sound a little bit bitter about that one, Joe.
No, it's funny because it's like over the years, like every my mom always has to make my mom always makes like a separate meal for her so she can eat.
We have a couple of them in our family.
We have on every holiday too. We do like breakfast before everything. So like Christmas morning, we have a Christmas breakfast at my parents' house, and my stepdad, who always makes like omelet is like one of the things, and obviously he puts like bacon and ham and all this stuff in the omelet. But he always has to make Erin a separate omelet, so he'll make her a whole separate omelet with just egg and cheese. So she sits there with like her own separate omelet eating the thing, and we're all sharing the other one. It's like she has it made. She gets all this stuff.
Yeah, a lot of that stuff I don't like, but that's me right there. I'm not a vegetarian, but omelet with cheese and all that, I'm all about it. As a matter of fact, tonight when I went to dinner at my mom's, we had breakfast for dinner. She made like an egg casserole sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty good, and some coffee cake and stuff like that. It's pretty, nice. Something different. Yeah, it was nice. But yeah, man, my mom messed up Italian food for me when I was younger. I told you that before, though. I mean, she tried. Don't get me wrong. Yeah. It just wasn't her forte. It wasn't until I met my wife and met her family and all that I got like real Italian food. So, and I love it. I do. I do. Yeah. Good stuff.
And what's your favorite? Lasagna?
Yeah, I like lasagna a lot.
Chicken parmesan?
Chicken parmesan I like a lot.
I had chicken parm tonight at my parents' house.
Did you?
I did. I had lasagna yesterday.
Kirsten makes it really good.
Yeah, my daughter makes chicken parmesan really good. She's a really good cook. My wife's a really good cook too.
That's not what you said when she's not around.
I know.
It's
because I want to eat.
Like the pizza places.
Yeah.
And our phone to call. Pizza, please.
I've had Indian food once or twice. I didn't mind it. It was all right. I love Chinese food.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, always have.
Pad Thai, I think, is Indian.
Is it Pad Thai Indian?
I thought it was. Maybe it's
Thai.
Yeah, it's Thai food.
Oh, yeah. That makes sense. New year.
New year. New you. See?
Texas, yeah, we have a pretty close family. Big Italian family. So we laugh. It's like everybody always gets so offended with stereotypes in movies and shows. But it's like you watch anything Italian like Sopranos or Godfather, whatever, and it's like watching my family. It's like it's not a stereotype for me. That's how it is. It's like I don't get offended by this stuff. Like I think that's why I love Sopranos so much, because we watch it. We're like, this is like us. Like the way they interact, yelling at each other, and I don't know. It's just the way it is in an Italian family.
It's funny.
It's very relatable.
I always said that when we were watching The Godfather back to back to back.
Yeah.
It was like watching her family.
Yeah.
Always gnashing on something.
It is. It really is.
Yeah.
Like we get a kick out of it. It's like there's an episode of Sopranos when they're having a birthday party for Carmela's dad, and it's like a cookout in the Sopranos yard, and Tony's cooking on the grill and everything like that, and all the people there. And it's one of those episodes where not a lot happens to progress the story. I mean, there's one major thing, but for the most part, it's just this cookout.
Yeah.
That like starts during the day and like ends at night, and they're all in the pool, they're all just hanging out, having a good time. And it's actually one of our favorite episodes of Sopranos because of that. And
I can see that.
It's one that we watch a lot. Like if it's just like if say we have like an hour to kill, like if we feel like watching Sopranos, we'll put that one on. Or if we're about to go to a family function, like Aaron will be like, "Oh, let's put on the Marco Polo episode of Sopranos," and we'll put it on because it's just like watching what's about to happen with us. Like it's exactly what our family get-togethers are like.
Yeah. One of these days we have to watch Big Night.
Yeah, definitely.
Good movie.
Mark's wife is French and German, but he says he's divorced. All right, Danny. Happy New Year. Yeah, we'll be wrapping it up in a little bit. We'll probably go 15 minutes, 1 minute, go to 1.
Yeah. Night, Danny. Thanks for stopping by, buddy.
Yeah.
French and German. Interesting.
My wife is Italian and Irish, Mark.
Wow. I'm Irish and Polish.
That's why it's funny. She has like the Irish first name and the Italian last name.
Yeah. What's her maiden name?
Ronaldo.
Oh, that's cool.
So again, Irish first name.
Yeah.
She was, the Irish Italian thing, and then she just got another Italian last name when she married me. So it's Irish and Italian, and then I'm mostly Italian, and I'm Cherokee Indian too.
Really? I didn't know that. That's cool.
What else is he?
Cherokee Indian.
Ooh.
That's cool.
Yep. Mark said he's Italian, Irish, Indian, and Hungarian.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Italian, Irish, Indian, and Hungarian. Wow.
I'm Italian, Irish, Indian, and Hungary. Had to take the opening, right?
Yeah. I still say we should run commentary on some movies. If they were privy to some of the stuff that we talk about or watching these movies.
Oh, imagine the stuff the stuff that we say in private. Forget it. By the way, I just happened to look over and I forgot to tell you, I have that Five Nights at Freddy's vinyl set displayed now after we watched it last night.
Hell yeah. I thought that was really cool.
I
had no idea that you had ever played the game or anything, because I had nothing to go by.
Only a few times. It wasn't like I played it a lot, but I just happened to grab that set because it was on clearance. I got it for like $2.50.
Damn.
At that GameStop that was going out of business, and I just liked them. They looked cool. I was like, oh, these are pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
I'm glad I
That
did
was one
now.
of the draws for me to watch the movie because the animated animals look so cool.
I got a little nervous for a second last night when we were watching it because I was like, "Oh my god, did I get rid of that set?" Because I was gonna be like mad at myself, you know. But I'm glad I kept it. Yeah, Mark, good movie, Judgment Night. Emilio.
Oh yes, Dennis Leary.
Yeah.
He's another one in that movie. He's a pretty bad villain.
That is a good movie.
Yes. A lot of people don't talk about that one. I never understood that.
I feel like that's one though. Like people who have seen it really like it. Like I've never really
Yes.
heard anybody say, "Oh, I don't like that movie." It's like one of those like hidden gems.
Yep.
Good movie.
Man, I tell you, when they're going across the buildings with the planks,
so good.
That's messed up. Yeah.
I have a few different copies of that VHS.
You really?
DVD. Yeah.
Imagine that.
Yep.
I think they ended up putting that out on Blu-ray. Didn't they?
Yeah, on Blu-ray. Yep.
I have the DVD, and that was another one that I taped years ago. You used to have on tapes. Man, I missed that. Good Lord. I missed the video stores, the smells, the sights, the sounds.
Last year, I don't know if I know I probably told you, but last year, one of my gifts for my son, he got me a candle that smells like the video store.
Does it really?
And it literally smells like the video store. I don't know how they did it.
Wow.
And I won't light it because I don't want it to like go away. So like I have like the cap on it and I keep it in my VHS room. And whenever I go in there, I'll pick it up off the shelf and I unscrew it and I sniff it and then I put the cap back on.
It's awesome. That is awesome.
You know, it just gives me that like that smell when I walk in the room.
You know what's really weird is that
hey, Peter Sweller. I love that's a great name, Peter Sweller.
Peter Sweller. I have no interest in going to Oregon for anything.
I don't
except for to go to the last Blockbuster.
Yeah.
That's the only reason why I want to go.
I thought they closed it.
No, still open.
Are you sure?
Texas, I don't go as much as I used to the movie theater.
Nah, I don't either. Like I've been considering going to see Night Swim. But I don't know if I will. Tickets are just so expensive.
My thing is now, if I'm gonna spend that much money on a ticket, I'm just gonna buy the Blu-ray. Like I'm gonna buy a copy that I can own and watch multiple times. Then, you know, a movie that I'm gonna go sit through, pay all this money for. Someone's gonna be crunching on nachos in front of me, rummaging through a popcorn bag, or
probably me.
It just drives me nuts when you know what I mean? It's like all these freaking people. Shut up.
Yeah, actually, I'm pretty respectful in movie theaters. I hate when people talk. People don't know how to act anymore, which is really weird. Well, it's actually not really weird, but people act like they're in their homes, and it's like, you know, you're out with people. Act accordingly.
Exactly.
I'll never forget.
I was gonna say I see like certain I've seen all the Scream movies in theaters.
Yeah.
I've seen all the Star Wars since I've started seeing them in theaters. So like certain movies like that I'll go to the theater for, but back in the day I would go and pretty much see everything.
Yeah.
Now I really don't. I'd rather just wait for stuff to come out.
Yeah. Who knows when that's going to be a thing of the past? I hope never.
Mark, I agree. I would love to see Night Flyer get a Blu-ray release. I'm not sure why that hasn't happened.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's got to be. It's got to have something to do with the rights.
Weird.
Because his movies always sell really well, and you figure anything that has Stephen King's name on it is a guaranteed seller. So why wouldn't they put that out?
Plus, it's a vampire slasher film. That's awesome. like legitimately, like it's a vampire film that follows the slasher formula.
Yep. Murder mystery.
Like even throughout the movie, they think it's like just the killer. When it's I love that.
That was one that I was surprised. I rented it, not knowing anything about it. Of course, this was a long time ago when I rented it, but you have these certain hidden gems that you rent, and that was always one that came into my mind.
Love it. I'm glad we did it for Fangoria. It was on the Fangoria list.
Yeah,
I got my DVD copy at Suncoast back in the day before they closed.
Shit, I've had mine for so long.
That's how long ago it was. It was a long time.
Yeah, because it's still hard to find.
Oh yeah, it is.
I never come across that anywhere.
Hell yeah, Mark. Last movie he saw in theaters was Halloween Ends.
Hell yeah.
Corey Cunningham.
Yep. Everybody says it's a dumpster fire.
I can't believe it's 2024 right now.
I know. Heavy.
That is wild. That
Yeah.
is wild.
So what do you got going on tomorrow?
Just kind of relaxing. It's Erin's last day off before she goes back to work. So
Right.
And Jay's not working, so we'll probably watch something. We usually start like a new TV show like in like early January, typically on New Year's Day because we're all home. Because you know how like we usually watch our shows at like Mondays and Tuesday nights when everybody's here because it's the nights like Jay's not working and Erin's home and all this. So we usually watch a few episodes of whatever show we're watching. Like last year we did Sons of Anarchy and then we did Boardwalk Empire. So we're probably going to start a new show tomorrow. I just don't know what yet.
I gotta watch Sons of Anarchy since I have all the seasons.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, it just looks like a really good show. And I need to finish The Sopranos.
Yep. And then because then we have to do The Many Saints and Newer for Positive Spin.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll have to get on that because I love that show. And so I asked my daughter what she thought of The Godfather.
Oh yeah, I was going to ask you that. Yeah.
She said she really liked it. She said the only thing is, and now that I'm thinking back to the first time I watched it, I guess I can see it. There's a lot of people and a lot of family things going on, so you're introduced to a lot of people. So for a first time, it can be a little confusing.
Yeah.
That's what it was like going over the family every time, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I was saying it's very authentic for Italians.
Yep.
And our friend.
But she said she really enjoyed it though, and I hope that they'll be watching Godfather 2 soon. But I told her, I said, make sure you watch all three. If you're going to do it, make sure you watch all three. And when you watch part 3, don't watch the Coda version.
Mm-hmm.
What?
It's not that I don't like it. It's just that the original theatrical cut of Godfather Part 3 is so much better. I think they cut out a little too much on that one, I think.
I agree.
And that was the first time for me watching it. I'll probably watch it again someday, but most of the time when I watch Godfather 3, it's going to be the original. So.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But I'm curious as to how she's going to feel about The Godfather Part 2, but I'm even more curious to see how she's going to feel about The Godfather Part 3 because it doesn't have that stigma that it had when you and I saw it years ago.
Exactly.
Because everyone shit on it. Everyone shit on it. And now it's not talked about that much. So you can actually go into it and be like, this is just the third part of a film. So I'm definitely curious to see what she's going to say about the third part, especially. But man, what a series!
Oh yeah,
I'm ready to watch them again, to be honest, but probably wait till later on in the year.
Yep.
Watch them with you. Watch them again.
Oh, yeah.
Marathon them when we have a little bit of time.
Definitely. Our anthologies of horror starts back up now.
I know.
Live.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was looking over the videos that we had done, and I was like, wonder what we're going to do next. And I started seeing the ones that we had done that haven't aired yet.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, well, we're not going to be doing that or that. And I started thinking, well, we got this, and I started getting excited again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's unreal.
Yep.
We're almost an hour into the new year, Joe.
Yep.
You believe that?
Well, guys in the chat,
Yeah.
I guess that's it.
Thank you for hanging out with us, guys. We appreciate it. This was kind of just one of them things that we decided to do with no topic, just to talk to everybody.
Yeah, it's a great way to bring in the new year. You know.
Hell yeah, definitely.
So thank you all for joining us. We got tons of stuff planned for this year.
Yes, we do.
So hopefully you guys enjoy our new content and continue to support the channels and interact. We love doing this. So
yep.
Thank you guys. Stay safe. And remember, physical
media matters. Damn right it does.